little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the Age of Clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery. Right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagath, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Our heroes confronted Nuglo, the kobold overseer of the oil rig, who had no sympathy whatsoever for the plight of the Merrow he was poisoning. After a frenzied battle atop collapsing scaffolding, in which our heroes nearly perished several times, they finally defeated the kobold chieftain and sent him plummeting down into the depths below. Afterwards, they explored the underwater floors, meeting up with Kovo, a kobold alchemist, who they made a deal with to take over operations of the oil rig so long as he shut it down and evacuated all the kobolds. For as it turns out, the contract the Merrow made with the kobolds was not very favorable to them making a profit. The trip back to the City of Shimmering Lights, however, was not so easy, for Trenton had awoken from being assaulted in his home and had told the guards of the attempted break-in. Arresting our heroes and bringing them to trial before the Queen and the High Priestess, doom seemed certain. Except that the Queen decided to spare their lives. Having escaped death by the skin of their teeth countless times that night, our heroes settled in for a nice morning's rest. What will they find when they wake up? Will there be another mission from their patron, Old Ran? Will there be another set of random encounters that totally screw them over on the way back to Port Myrandu? Find out on tonight's episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires.
Morty, we gotta do a Dungeons and Dragons stream, Morty.
I'm not ready for D&D, man. I don't want to be a part again.
Morty, we gotta. It's time, Morty. It's 4:20. It's 4:20 p.m. Morty. We gotta do the D&D, Morty. It's the weed number, Morty.
The weed number is illegal. I don't like the weed number, Rick.
The internet was a mistake.
You're not wrong.
Welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags Fallen Empires. I am your host, Alex. Thank you for the weed number. And with me, we have JoJo.
And we've got a show for you.
We've got Scott.
Confirmed. Rick and Morty the musical?
Di.
You're banned.
We've got Phil.
Scott,
I'm so unhappy to be here. Can we just kill off Thavagath now, please?
Can we just kill?
We've got Atlas.
Thanks, man. You too.
And we've got Walrus.
Please help, I am dying.
Unironically, Scott, the term Rick and Morty the musical physically made me shrink back in physical upsetness.
You are welcome.
I have never been more upset than I am right now.
To be fair,
It's not a good feeling.
you have to have a very high IQ to appreciate Rick and Morty the musical. All right. So, when last we left off on Fallen Empires, our heroes had defeated the kobold overseer at the oil rig and avoided being executed for their crimes against Marrowkind, and went in for a nice morning's sleep at the tavern, which is now interrupted by a crying kobold baby that they had with them.
I will instantly wake up and just try to quiet child.
All right.
Provide food out of my rations since it's probably been a moment they're hungry, and then once child is quiet, hopefully leave tavern so that it doesn't wake up everyone else. Yes.
Yes. Roll a charisma check to see if food quiets child. Food indeed quiets child. It was a hungry little boy.
Aw.
All right. The tavern you're sleeping in has a communal sleeping arrangement, which is basically one huge-ass bedroom where everyone staying sleeps piled on top of each other. So people slowly start to get up as you head out of the tavern.
All right. Through our wanderings through the city, was there a temple of Bahamut here?
Temple of Bahamut?
Yes.
The closest thing would be the library, which studies all sorts of different gods throughout the realms.
I guess at this point I'm at enough of a loss that I'll take anything that I can get, and making sure the kid is quiet, I'll go to the library and try to find sort of a private spot. And also, I want to... The library would have a map, right?
No?
No?
But the booksellers would have a map. Like, what kind of map are you looking for?
Just a map of the continent. I can wait till...
Oh, you have a map of the
meet back
continent,
up.
though. Yeah,
I have seen a map of the continent. I don't think it's in my personal inventory, but
Okay.
How? If we're talking that way, how far away? I believe the town of Marthorn was mentioned to us by a certain traveler on the road. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was to the south. How far away would that be?
Let's actually pull up the handy dandy map.
Woo.
What's this?
Woo, what's this? You are currently at the City of Shimmering Lights to the east, and Mawthorn is down here.
All right, so we'll be mostly heading in that direction. That's good, at least. But yeah, while in the library, I guess I would try to find a private spot if I could, like a private room or something like that. I just need to clear my head, and I don't know, it's been a lot over the past few days.
All right, fair enough. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I know for a fact that I need to start writing my article, see if I can get something written so I can take back home. Just trying to think of what I should write. Would it be metagaming to ask what the conversation we had was when it came to this? Because I remember talking about it like a couple sessions ago now, and I can't remember what Trevlon decided upon in the end.
I don't think you ultimately did. My GM notes. Yeah, my GM notes were like about you are thinking of writing about how oil is affecting the marrow, and not about how you got onto the rig so that you didn't give yourself away. Except that they already know you went on the rig. So
Yeah, I guess there's no, I guess, I mean, what are they going to do? Melt me? It's not going to happen now. You know what? Travelon is going to write about the experience on the rig. He's not going to say that he was involved in it because it would probably not look so good from a journalistic point of view to be like, yeah, I was part of exploding that rig. How'd it go? It was great. So I'm just going to talk about the sort of unpleasantness that's been going on in the City of Lights in terms of the black water, the oil, all that sort of jazz.
okay.
All right.
Don't forget the slavery.
Oh, you know it, baby.
The slavery though.
It's delicious, delicious slavery. Ouch, that hurts. Here we go. Fuck.
It's
Ain't so good.
It's been quite the day. And like you're trying to cram all the information down into like a size that will fit on a couple of newspaper pages, which abridges a whole lot of the details. So like
Right.
you touched on, hey, there's bad shit on the rig. There was like black water and slaves and shit. And you did manage to avoid saying, and I was there.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's
the
not your
important
best
thing.
work.
It's better. I guess it's better that the truth is out there as opposed to not. So Travelon's fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that'll be all. That'll be all from me.
All right. What is everyone else doing this morning?
Well, I'm trying to get as much sleep as I could. I had a couple nightmares tonight.
Aw. All right.
God damn it.
Davagath will be going to the local seed shop, the place where you get all your seed and literally nothing else, and I'm going to buy some more pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Make an investigation check to see if you can find that shop, because I don't think you found it before.
Yeah. Can see. Yeah, I can see last time, could I? Investigation. Ooh.
You do some asking around, and once you specify, no, I don't need fish food. I need, like, seeds. I need granary. There's a marrow that says, the only shop that would sell something that's not of the sea food-wise, that would be Greenfields. You'll love it. A bunch of very, very happy little men and a very charming young woman run it.
Thank you. Head to it then, I guess.
All right. Okay, so... And then... Mal, what are you doing?
Is there anyone around here who would be able to deliver parcels or mail or anything of that sort?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Meh.
You ask around, there's not really, like, a dedicated delivery service for, like, messages or parcels or something like that. The best way, you're told, to get stuff is to hire someone to take a message or a letter as additional cargo on a caravan or on a ship, because this is technically a port, so it can go to different continents. Other than that, though, no, like, specific message sending services.
All right. Well, I'll worry about how to get it there later, but in the meantime, I have some letters that I need to start writing to my own father, who is watching over my mother, who is in a bit of a state. Just making sure they know that I'm okay.
Holy shit! Mal has living parents.
Oh, living parents, what?
Fuck.
What? I've never heard of living parents.
Never been there.
What is living?
What?
What is living in parents you speak of?
What are these things?
Living in parents? Well, that was about 100 some odd years ago.
Now, hold on a second.
Wait.
You know
No.
what I meant. You.
Wait, parents? Oh, do you mean those big things that throw you around from birth? Okay.
I
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a boy!
Yes,
Yeah!
that
Yeet!
Into
You
the
could
pit
not
with it.
convince me that Thabagast's childhood was not unlike that.
It's a congratulations!
doubt
It's a
it.
bouncing. Congratulations! It's a bouncing baby boy. I'll see about that.
Literally.
It doesn't bounce. It just squats.
All right.
God.
Oh dear.
Okay, so that all in mind, first we're going to go over to Corellian at the library. Because it is both a library and a place of worship, you don't really have that much trouble finding a quiet spot, even with a baby that occasionally fusses and you having to, like, shush it back down to silence. So you were looking for books on Bahamut, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a religion check. That's, okay, yeah. You're able to find, like, a bunch of stuff on Bahamut. He is, a draconic god, but also the god of justice. Long, long ago, when the gods fought the primordials, it is said that there was one dragon god who got split into two, and Bahamut is the good half of that. All in all, he's a pretty chill god. Pretty likely to listen to actual prayers to him. He's a nice guy.
He's
Yeah.
a chill dude.
I guess in that case, I really don't know where else to turn to at this point. I would probably try and find a quiet place and do my best at this prayer thing. I've never really done it before, but
All right.
I don't really know where else to turn to at this point.
Okay. And as you sit down for prayer, it's time to draw cards from the deck of magic things.
Oh
My
shit.
God.
Alright, who first? Who first?
My gigantic penis is so erect right now. Can I go?
Since the focus is currently on Corellian, how about Corellian first?
Oh fuck!
Ooh.
I have bad vibes. I swear to God, if they get another kid, I'm going to like
Oh
perish.
god.
I mean, that's unlikely.
Oh, what is that? What's that one card where whatever you're holding becomes two? Oh,
All right,
that
I'll
one.
pull it out there.
Oh no.
I don't like it.
The Uprising.
I know exactly what this is.
All right.
God damn it, attorney.
You kneel down and start to pray. And an image of Bahamut, the dragon god, starts to appear in your mind. It looks a little something like this.
Awesome.
There he is! That's Bahamut! That's
Bow to him in his
Excellent.
glory.
bask in his fucking glory.
I'm not artistically inclined, okay?
Uh,
Lay off.
But I don't know what you're talking about artistically inclined. This is the actual, honest to God, spitting image of Bahamut himself.
Wow,
He looks sad.
he does look a little melancholy now
He
that
looks.
I think about it.
He looks like he's just been.
Hold on,
like,
let me
having a
actually
rough
make
day.
him a
All right.
happy face then.
All right, here we go. All right. Oh no! Oh no! It's not working.
No, you fools! Now you've made him even angstier!
Despite all his rage, he is still just a Bahamut in a cage.
Ignoring these
and you're also
temporal,
a natural poet. Wow.
ignoring these
tell me
temporal
that?
shenanigans of people
Mm.
talking that I have no way of hearing or anything. I guess I'll look up, take it in stride. I've never done anything like this before, and just basically, I'm sorry to come to you like this. I don't know what it is I should be doing. I thought that I thought my goals were clear. I thought the oaths that I'd sworn would be enough to sustain me, but when it comes down to it, the things in this world are just too large for me to handle or understand. And not only that, but I have this. Crowling kind of looks down at the kid. I ended up with this child, and I'm not sure what I should do with him or with anything at this point, and I would just guidance, anything would be appreciated.
The path of the righteous is often not clear. Worry not, little one. Many have had the problems you have had before, and many have been lost, but within you, I see a spark of goodness. I see someone who is willing to make things in this world right. Tell me, Aurelian Velez, are you willing to see justice out, no matter what it may cost you?
Yes. Yes, I am. I will do everything within my power to make sure that things are right.
Then rise, Paladin of Bahamut. And you open your eyes. The child is gone, but you feel a strange sense of comfort, like nothing actually bad happened to them. You feel a sense of rightness.
I will take a deep breath and kind of scrub the edges of my eyes and kind of do a deep bow. Thank you. And I will return the books and be on my way to meet up with the rest of the party.
All right. The chat is freaking out. The babby is fine. The baby is fine. The baby is in good hands.
The babby.
You can't get much better hands than the God of Justice to have the babby being looked after in.
Especially the draconic God of Justice, because it's a kobold kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're fine.
He's a dragon
Also,
god.
chat-
He's cool.
Also, chat, by the way, Corellian named the kid Levi, so there you are.
Aww. The baby.
The
Musical
baby.
baby.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Then we go to Trevlon, Momo, and Mel, since you guys are, I think, still in the tavern.
Yeah, this is currently whilst Trevlon is trying to write up the article, and he's looking a little bit like, this isn't going so well, but hey ho, I can't make miracles, and this happens, apparently. What is that?
This happens apparently. I don't know what happens apparently because it wasn't time to draw cards, so...
Oh, right. I didn't oh, right, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Goodbye card.
Goodbye card, fuck you, that card. Alright.
Whatever it was.
Hi, card.
Yeah, it would have been interesting, but I don't think at that particular moment. Alright. As you're writing, a young Marrow woman runs inside, a little out of breath, and she looks at you and says, you're the halfling, right? The one who plays music?
I blink, and I go, yeah, I get... Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Right, and then she snaps her fingers trying to remember something. Mizuko told me to go get you and your friends, cause he's got something or other for you.
Okay, well, I shall make sure that I round him up and we meet at once. Thank you for telling me this.
Of course! And then she, runs out, again, kind of panting, gasping for air. You get the feeling she doesn't run as often as she should.
Bless you.
Right.
Thank you.
Alright. Momo, are you still sleeping?
Oh, yeah, I am still sleeping. That was a real sneeze.
Okay. That was a real sneeze from Jojo, and Momo is still sleeping. It's probably getting close to noon right about now. So,
They
Momo's
have
getting
very
good
bad
sleeping.
dreams. It was not good. They're still kind of struggling.
It's okay. When Thavagath comes back, he'll gently pick him up and stow them away in the loincloth so they stay asleep while we do whatever it is we're gonna do.
Oh.
Alright.
This is the reason I play this game.
Okay. Then, Malafane, how many letters do you have that you're writing to Dad?
Just the one.
Just the one. Okay, it doesn't take you all that long to get done, so you should be able to get downstairs and meet back up with Trevlon around the time the young Merrill woman runs out.
All right. Regards. No. All right then. Oh, right. Where'd everybody go?
It looks like Walrus is on mute, so,
I didn't mean for that to happen. Whoops.
whoops. Oof, ow.
Trevlon yawns and says, "Good morning, mate. How'd you sleep?"
About as well as I could. Yourself?
Bit of not really much sleep, work, but could have been worse. Honestly,
it's been quite a day.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been a pretty intense set of days it's been for the past few. But on the plus side, we are out all alive and relatively unscathed.
Here's hoping it stays that way. I'm a little worried about our priestess friend.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Oh, before I forget, two things. Mizuko has asked us to meet with him today at some point, so once we're all here, we should do that. And secondly,
Left any specifications?
not necessarily. I would just assume that we meet him at his place and we go from there.
All right.
We know where he lives, so that shouldn't be too hard to find.
You said there was something else?
Yeah, just everybody else has gone to their certain places. Corellian and the kid went to, I believe, the library, and Thavagath went to go and get some bird seed. And the bird is, well, yeah. Haven't you noticed that every time he's tried to have seed on him, it's just been warped away by some horrible force beyond his control?
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, I think he wants to be prepared. So in any case,
yeah, better safe than sorry, I suppose.
God knows how these lands, just randomly do terrible things at a moment's notice. In any case, yeah, what are you doing up? What have you been doing for the past time? I guess.
Oh, just writing a letter. It's not much.
Oh, well, who's it to? An admirer of sorts, a friend, maybe?
A parent, I suppose.
Nice. How are they doing, if you don't mind me asking?
He's doing fine. He actually owns a library back up in Enscliffe. So I've just been letting him know that everything is doing fine. Just telling him to watch over Mom. Not much else other than that.
Gotta be honest, mate. I realised that I haven't actually asked much about you in the time that we've been together, and that kind of feels a little bit, it feels crummy of me. So you know what? I'm going to now take a personal investment in your character. Tell me about your life, Mel. What do you mean about your mother? Is she doing okay?
Oh gosh, this is... Right, The library, you said. Right, let's get going.
Trevlon sort of raises an eyebrow and shrugs and goes, "No, we can catch Corellian on the way up. If you feel comfortable talking to me about it, don't hesitate. I have my fair share of knowledge about, troubled mothers." And Trevlon stands and starts packing his stuff away.
She's a vegetable.
Wait, what was that?
Out there.
You cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
I just, as I'm walking away, I just say, under my breath, she's a vegetable.
Trevlon sort of stands and goes, That's awful. If you don't mind me asking, how are you doing okay?
It's why I'm here now. First of all, Phil, fuck you.
No one in chat make a Veggie Tale joke. None of you.
I can see you. All of you. Anyway.
All right.
It's kind of the reason that I'm out here now. I didn't exactly bring up all of that stuff about corruption for nothing.
Right. Did someone do that to her?
It's a long story, but she was contracted by an employer and things went south.
Trev, you notice that Trevlon is laughing, but he's not laughing like an actual laugh. He's laughing kind of sadly. I know how that goes. Well, let me just say, if you need someone to talk to about this whole affair, and if you ever feel like you need to let it out, trust me when I say, I know how you feel. And
I
That's
sincerely appreciate that, Trevlon. Truly, I do.
No worries. Got to make sure that the people who are struggling don't struggle as much, eh? And I have the ability to do it, so why not? So this might surprise you, Malifane, but I consider you my friend. So, what friends do, isn't it?
I suppose there have been some quirks here and there, but I know. Come on, I know you mean well.
I'm glad you think so. Right. Okay. Let's go find Carillion and the baby. I hope it's not screaming too much. That would be bad.
I think we would have heard it from over here by now.
That's very true.
All right. You head out towards the library. As we cut over to Thavagath, you find a pretty well-built wooden building on the docks with a sign reading Greenfields, and it's got like a couple painted images of like apples and pumpkins and stuff like that. A lot of apples, so you're pretty sure you found a good food store here.
Okay. We'll walk in and see if you can peruse the goodies, I guess.
All right.
See what's actually for sale.
You walk inside, and even at this relatively early hour, it's a pretty busy store. It's filled with a crowd of a bunch of tourists, a couple of Marrow, and like working as attendants. Towards the back, there's this beautiful young woman with pale skin and dark black hair, and then there are several dwarves who are talking to customers. One of them sees you and says, "Ah, welcome, friend. What can I get for you?"
I'm after some seed. Sorry, seed.
Seed? Well, don't say we sell seed, but we got plenty of, like, spices and, like, bread you could probably break down into seed. Where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. My name's Thordle, and these are my brothers. We got Boren, we got Fargan, we got Foren, we got Morgren, we got Darbrek, and we got Morbrek. It's easy to remember.
Slaviga bows his head slightly, but still respectfully, saying, "It's a pleasure."
Oh, of course. Come here. Let me show you what we got. And then he takes you around the store, proudly showing off all sorts of different vegetables and fruit. And he also says, if you're looking for like whole animals, we've also got a couple of those. Snow, the owner, she's got a kind of way with animals. She can like get them to go over and follow you for the right price, of course.
How big is the goat?
Goat? I'd say it's about average size for a goat. Like
Average goat size.
we don't overfeed it, but we make sure he gets dinner at the end of the day.
Good. I really want to buy that goat. I want the goat.
You want a goat? Yeah.
Comes into the store for one thing, sees a goat.
I'm sorry, goat was impulse buy.
Me
I
every
mean-
time I go grocery shopping.
Momo,
to be-
please, Momo too.
To be fair, I walked into a pet shop with Walrus to look at rabbits and left with like a bunch of rat supplies. Dead set on buying
Oh
a
my
rat.
gosh.
Did someone say rat supplies?
Rat
Yeah, it's
supplies.
entirely your fault.
You know what? Doesn't surprise me. Rats are good. Actually, no.
Okay.
Fuck it. I think this campaign spawned the idea in my head, so I blame Alex.
Yeah.
You know, that's
got
that's
incepted.
the best thing that this campaign has done so far. It's given some rats a good home.
It's given me some
Yes.
children.
All right.
Okay, I would like 2 apples, a loaf of bread, and
Apples actually come 6 to 1 copper. We can get you a dozen apples for 2 copper.
right. In that case, oh, sorry, my bad. I misread. Okay, let's go for I'll just get 6 apples then.
Okay.
6 apples, a loaf of bread, and throw a goat in there while you're at it.
Oh, you want a goat? Okay. He turns over. Fargan! Another dwarf yells, "No, Fargan's in the back. I'm Foreign." All right, Foreign, get the goat. All right, I'm getting the frickin' goat. And one of the dwarves runs outside, while Thordle, the goat, not the goat, the dwarf, helping you, picks out a loaf of bread, a couple of apples, hands them to you. He's like, let's see, comes out to 1 gold and 3 copper for the whole thing.
Okay, and what does this goat like to eat?
Goats are omnivores. They'll eat pretty much anything. Fruit, grain, your pants if they get too close.
In that case, give me a bag of potatoes and a pumpkin.
How many potatoes are you looking for? Just the 6, or?
Just the 6, please.
Okay, that'll be 2 more copper, so total is a gold and 5 copper now.
Gold and 5 copper. There we go. And just to read back so I can type it all in, got apples.
6 apples.
6.
1 loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread. Okay. Got the 6
6
potatoes.
potatoes. 1 pumpkin.
1 pumpkin, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't put the goat in my inventory.
No, put the goat in your inventory
Oh.
so you know that it's following you.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Just walk back and there's a goat in my pocket. This little goat leg sticking out.
Is that a goat in your pocket,
Yeah.
or are you just happy? Please stop hurting me.
Everyone
This is a
step
goat.
back, I have a goat.
This goat's name is Johnson, and he will kick you in your Johnson. Don't be surprised.
Alright, on his little Johnson.
And as
Alright.
they make I bow, thank them, lead my new best friend out of the.
Actually, as you hand over the gold, you hear a meh from outside, look out the window, and one of the dwarves is there holding a rope with a goat on the other end. And there is your goat!
Don't worry, Momo. I just mean pet friend.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Course.
Sorry, for those of you at home, I just saw Jojo make the most sad, open mouth look of betrayal, and I want to clarify. I just mean pet best friend, not the other one. And as we head our way back, I'll think of goat names to surprise everyone with. So let's just say I meet up with everyone after like 5 minutes of dialogue, so I can surprise them all with goat.
Okay, you head back to the tavern, because I don't think you were there when Corellian headed to the library. By that point, everyone but Momo has left. Momo is still asleep, and Amero outside says, "Oi, oi! No animals in the establishment!"
Oh, okay. Is there a post to time out onto?
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick?
There's like a post you can tie up the goat on.
Yeet. I'll do that. I'll walk in and I'll find Momo.
All right. You go in, and Momo is still asleep.
Oh,
He looks so distraught, trying to sleep. He looks so uncomfortable.
going to use sleight of hand to pick him up without him noticing, without him waking, and I'm just going to cradle him.
Momo,
While
roll
I find out
perception.
where everyone else is.
Momo,
Momo.
roll perception.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Swear
Just
to
a
God.
sec.
Very good.
Come on, character sheet, don't wake up, I'll kill you. If you wake up, I'll...
Can't you choose to intentionally fail check?
You can. It doesn't matter.
Come on.
No, that's good.
You don't wake up.
Yes!
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
you're
as soon
still
as you
asleep
pick
as
him up,
Thavagat picks you up.
He just, he looks 10 times more sleepy and better.
Oh. That's good.
Aw.
In that case, I mosey on down to, I'd assume, the reception or barkeep.
Barkeep, yeah.
So, excuse me.
What?
Do you happen to recall when my friends went? The halfling, a twink of, and a little fluffy dog thing.
They kept talking something about the library. The big one, the warship one, not the booksellers. That confuses a lot of people for some reason.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Eh.
And I tip him like a silver piece.
All right. Yeah, he nods appreciation and lets you head out.
All right. I'll grab the goat and I'll head to that library then.
All right. Eventually, you all make it to the library. Thavagat about 5 minutes behind the rest of you.
Fabulous.
I guess I'm heading out as other people are
Yeah.
about to head in.
Yep.
Just for convenience sake.
For convenience's sake, yeah, you're heading out of the library and meet up with them as they get to the entrance.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone.
I'm going to assume that Trevlon notices the fact that there is no longer a baby.
There is an absence of baby.
Trevlon sort of does a little double take and pauses and says, okay, I'm going to be optimistic. Is the baby fine?
No, please. I really actually kind of want to hear what your pessimistic take on this is.
Did you kill it? Did you drop it in the pole?
Their eyes. Arms. Sorry. No. The kid's fine. There was a bit of a crisis, and I found someone to take care of him. So it's all right.
You sure he's in good hands?
The best, bar none.
Fair enough. Right. So, FYI, we're all going down to see Mizuko at his house, because he's, called on us. So, yeah.
Getting paid is nice.
It would be nice.
All right. It's right about then that Thavagat comes in, Momo tucked on his belt and carrying a goat behind him.
Good morning, all. Shh. It's okay. He's just asleep, not dead.
No, I wasn't concerned about that. I mean, yes, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Who's your new friend?
Oh, this is a goat.
I could see that. Why?
I want to go. What's wrong?
Nothing's absolutely nothing is wrong, my friend. That is fine.
This is a good little goat.
Okay, right. Also, FYI, baby's fine. It's off our hands. We're good.
But Mal's right there.
Very good joke. I like it. I will put it in a book and then call it Top 10 Jokes in 2000, whatever time this
And
is.
Scott has his headphones off right now, so I get up away with that scot-free.
Literally scot-free.
Say.
Goat.
Okay.
This is
FYI,
my new friend. He will assist us on our future mission.
you got a name for it?
His name is Goat.
Right.
We'll workshop that. Okay. So we've been called up by Mizuko. He wants to see us, presumably to get paid. You in?
Yeah, sure.
Fabulous. Right.
Always down for a little bit of moolah.
Let's get moving then.
All right. you head back over to Polestar Jewelers, where you met with Mizuko last night. Now that it's open, it's a lot brighter of a shop. Lights reflecting off all the gemstones and like precious metals in there. It's still not got a whole lot of customers. So as you come in, Mizuko looks up and is like, welcome. Please come in, have a look around all you like. I made something for you to show my thanks. I'm actually going to pull up Mizuko's picture because I love pulling up pictures of the NPCs. They're good pictures. Look at them,
They're very
people.
good pictures.
Yay, uprising!
Good,
Good,
man.
good uprising. Good uprising. Oh, before I forget, was I away for what? Do we know what's actually happened to Kailani?
You don't know. You got separated before you got on trial.
I'm sorry, I need to metagame real quick. Is he okay?
We don't know.
You don't know. Stop
Sorry,
metagaming.
Metagaming.
We're
I need to know if my baby's okay!
Stop
We're gonna
metagaming.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it. It's okay. It's okay.
He's okay.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Be quiet. You failed the perception. You're asleep. You don't know.
Find out.
Yeah.
You're fine. All right.
Go to sleep, go to sleep,
Go to sleep, go to
little
sleep, go to
birdie.
sleep.
All right.
You don't. I'll punch your lights out. Wait, no. Continue with the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mizuko reaches down below the counter and he pulls out this beautiful robe. Around the same like dimensions tailored for a kobold like Corellian, and inlaid in the robe there are 5 gemstones, banded agate gemstones. He was like, I had this custom made. Figured it would be more meaningful than just giving you piles and piles of silver.
Yes, I agree.
Carly just kind of like takes the robe like sort of reverently and just sort of like kind of a little speechless, but yes, much more meaningful. Thank you.
I can hear rats in the background. 1 minute.
All right.
Oh God, Glinquinol's at it again.
I can't believe. You'll be happy to know Jenny's doing a little better now. I'm not so supernatural as to think that you doing your jobs made that happen, but at the same time, can't thank you enough.
You never know. A little bit of hope in one's life might make things a little bit better.
Yeah, well, it also helps that there, isn't as much black water, so...
That also helps.
Yes, it does help that she hasn't been in the water for a couple of weeks now, so it's probably getting out of her system slowly.
I hope she manages to recover soon.
Yes, of course, of course.
If you don't mind me asking, do you know Kailani, the person that we were with whilst we were doing our, job?
Yes, he was eager to help out. He helped paddle the boat over to the rig, didn't he?
He did.
That's right.
Do you know where he is?
As far as I know, he is at work now.
Where does he work?
Let's see. As I look up, I believe he works in the Temple of the Kraken Queen.
Do we know where that is?
You have not been to the temple.
Would you be able to point us in the right direction?
Oh, of course. Least I can do. And he gives you directions.
Cracking. You shall use these directions to our advantage and hopefully meet with him, because we really hope he's not dead.
All right.
Or boneless.
Both of those
Ouch, his
options.
bones.
Ooh, yes.
You've been in this town for a long time, right?
Oh, of course, yes.
How often is it that the Queen pardons people?
That never happens. That never happens.
Travlon does multiple he takes his hat off, like, he coughs a little bit and says, "Excuse me for a minute." And he goes like offside so people don't see him. And you can just hear, just a lot of hand waving and movement. And then he comes back in and he goes, "Cracking. Oh, let's go find our friend then, shall we, lads?"
I Are you all right?
Oh, I'm doing fine. You actually notice that Trevon's looking not that upset at all. He's looking very happy with himself.
An entire bag has released itself from his head.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah,
I have been
there are
back.
much less
He's
bags
very
now.
lopsided.
Mm-hmm.
Only the one, like an odd number of bags,
Oh.
was lopsided.
Oh no, I can't believe fashionable asymmetry.
Delicious.
Malifane just sort of goes over to the desk and looks from left to right, sort of with this nervous ticking. It's like, I don't suppose you still have that personal embargo on me purchasing any rings, do you?
Oh, embargo? No, I just felt it wasn't really the time to purchase rings.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
If you're interested in my wares, I can give you a quick brochure.
That would be great. Yes.
Before I forget, would a priest be the sort of person to talk to about removing a curse?
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
right, that ring.
Yeah,
Oh.
you remember that ring that we've talked about multiple times now, and if it happens again, we are literally going to remove your hand or finger?
I
That
just,
ring?
I just raise up the hand with the cursed ring, and it's like, yeah, you don't need to remind me twice.
Thab
Oh.
is looking... He's looking
Thab-
tempted.
You turn around, and despite the fact that nearly a second ago Thab had his arms to his side, he's now holding one of his sharpest objects and smacking it into his own hand. The blunt side, obviously. Just like-
Okay, as you're doing this, you kind of let go of the goat, so it's just wandering around trying to eat one of the earrings.
I'm drawing goat.
You're trying.
Oh wait, goat, come back.
Meh,
Eh,
Okay, goat. Come here, goat.
meh.
we all voice
Nom,
goat.
nom, nom.
Thavagath just starts rubbing the underside of goat's chin.
The goat just plops its head down no, scratch ear.
Okay.
Meh.
Ear scratches only.
All right.
What do you take me for?
Yes, well,
A peasant. No,
anyway,
sorry.
if you're looking for a ring, that would be 5 gold. It does not come with any gems to go in it. Those are extra.
Oh, well, do you... and I just sort of pull out one of the, where is my treasure? There it is. I pull out one of the small red gems. What would you be able to do with this?
More red gems? Well, I could probably put that in, give or take a day or so.
That would be wonderful.
Excellent. You do have a room reserved for the night, yes? Because if you don't, you'd be sleeping on the streets or outside, and those aren't particularly safe options.
I
Shall we
mean,
go back to where we were.
well, weren't we going to plan on, booking it back home today? We do at least have, a tent and that, don't we?
True.
If you plan to leave town, I can send it over to wherever you happen to be staying in another town. I am a man of reasonable means. I can sign it on with a caravan. It would be an extra charge, though. Say, another 5 gold for the delivery fee?
I can work with that.
Excellent. All right.
Fiery Grog Tavern, yeah?
Fiery Grog Tavern.
Fiery Grog Tavern.
Where is that?
That is in
That would be
Port Myrandu.
located in Port...
Okay. You give him directions and a rough address for Fiery Grog Tavern. He writes them down. I see. Well, it should be yours, reasonably soon. Depending on how fast you travel, it may get there before you do.
Thank you very much, Mizuko. It's much appreciated.
All right.
You actually have no idea how much this means.
Yes, of course. 10 gold total, by the way.
I put the 10 gold down on the... and just hand it to him.
Ah, much appreciated, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your, admittedly short, stay at the City of Shimmering Lights.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mizuka.
All right.
FYI, if you hadn't helped us the way you did, there's no way we would have been able to do our job. So, cheers.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, I believe we
Let's
have
go.
a temple to find.
Let's go find our boy.
Okay. you head out and cross town to get to the temple. On the way there, it actually starts raining.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Momo, you wake up to rain pelting on your face and a goat kind of nibbling near your ear.
knew that was going to happen.
Oh, good morning, Bart.
Oh, you're awake.
Where are we? In what? Oh, it's a goat. Why do we have a goat?
Well, to answer your questions respectively, one, we're in the city of Shimmering Light still. We're on way to find Kailani, and... I just looked toward that again. Why do we have a goat?
I saw a goat.
Speaking of goat, I drew goat.
You
did.
drew goat.
I love it.
We will have
Please don't
goat
make
at the end of the
Masterpiece.
session.
Yes.
Damn right.
It's a wonderful goat.
To answer your question, Mal, sometimes one just requires a goat. There is no reason necessary for it. Sometimes the mood strikes someone, and it's like, yep, goat time. That's how it works in these. That's how it
Well, I
works.
mean, I was this close to getting a cow.
Not
Oh,
the
wait,
strangest thing I've
Alex,
seen
how
around
big
here.
is this goat?
Average size for a goat, which is, I'll leave that to you to look up.
I mean, it depends on the goat. Some goats are bigger than others.
Right,
What kind of goat is it?
Let's say about to your waistline.
yeah.
16 to 23 inches is the average size of an adult goat.
Do you reckon, Momo, due to the hollowness of the bones and the teeniness of the stature, could ride said boat? I'm curious.
Goat or goat?
Or goat. The goat is not trained as a mount.
Not trained as a mount. Okay, never mind.
We can
Can we
fix
train
that.
them?
Trained as a mount.
Oh.
How long did it get? How long does it take to train a goat to be a mount?
A fairly long amount of time, like at least a month, for it to not try to buck you off.
Now that's a goddamn good side quest right
And
there.
a series of
Oh,
animal
dear.
handling checks to make it understand basic commands.
Okay, I can deal with that.
This is a thing that we're doing.
I can't believe. All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to say it's a 2-foot goat.
Okay.
He's just small.
He's so small.
Right.
He's right here to me. Like, right here. He's at my neck. I could ride him if I trained him.
Yeah, that's in JoJo's neck in real life, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
JoJo's giving me quite a look, audience. Anyway,
Hey.
goat continues nibbling kind of over by Momo's ear.
I look at the goat. It's Storm. Can you please? Anyway, I look at the goat. The goat looks at it looks like it's looking at me, but both of its eyes are pointing in two different directions. So I don't know which way to look at it, but its tongue just sticks out, and I just nice goat, and I reach my hand out to pet it.
Nah.
Does it try to bite me, or like?
It's not moving its head, but if you move your hand, it will not stop biting.
I try
Jojo,
to-
let me answer your question with this. It's a goat.
Also, roll animal handling to successfully pet goat.
I was just about to.
Yeah, you,
Hey.
like, slowly put your hand down on the goat, and then back up, and slowly do it some more to give it some pats on the head. Meh.
This was worth
I
it
like
just for
this.
Alex's goat noise.
Yes. Yes.
Alex's best goat.
I am good goat.
He is the best.
It's the
goat.
greatest of all time, you'd say.
Fans, I require some fan art of Alex as a goat, please. Thank you.
All right.
I'm on it.
not
I'm on
do
When
it.
this
you're done
anymore.
doing Scooby and Shaggy, it's Rick and Morty. No,
yes.
it's actually
God.
Rick and
No,
Morty
I-
as Scooby and Shaggy.
Oh,
other way
look,
around.
there's a temple we're going to. Let's do that instead.
Man,
Um,
I enjoy this conversation like I enjoy the plague.
Yeah. After catching Momo up and getting the goat to stop trying to eat Momo's head, you get to a very, very large temple. It's a long stone building carved up on top is the image of a massive octopus. There are several writings in Aquan and huge offering bowls outside.
What does
Malifane,
it
because
say?
you speak Primordial, Aquan is a dialect of that. A lot of it is
Me?
like dogmatic writing along the lines of "All hail the Kraken Queen! The Kraken Queen protects us all," and stuff like that. Kraken Queen's reach extends far beyond the seas. Stuff like that.
Wait, I read it?
You can't read it, I don't think. You can only read Orin, which is the wind dialect of Primordial. This is the water dialect.
Oh, I see. Okay. I misheard.
It's all good.
I'm no expert in religion, but this seems very orthodox.
I mean,
in what sense?
Just by looking at the sign, just call it a hunch.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's have a look around and
Oh.
see if we can find our friend.
when the gods can literally interact with us on the material plane, it kind of makes sense to be more orthodox, don't it?
All right.
Sound like my father.
Something tells me that's an insult, but whatever.
You walk inside. It's a huge stone building inside too. Long corridors and entryways and rooms. Basically, along the ceiling and along the walls, there are several carvings of sea creatures like whales, sharks, a bunch of fish. The octopi
Walruses?
are always the biggest in the carvings, and there are also small stone fountains resting in the corners of the room that spit up water that splits off into 8 different directions. And as you enter, a tall marrow woman in priestly robes walks up to you and is like, "Welcome, weary travelers, welcome. Have you come to learn, or have you come to make an offering?"
Well, I guess we've kind of come to learn in a sense. We're trying
Excellent,
to learn.
excellent.
Oh God. More specifically, we're trying to learn about the whereabouts of a specific priest, a fellow by the name of Kailani.
Kailani, he's currently working in the back, sorting some religious texts, but he is not important right now. Let us talk instead of the Kraken Queen.
Just roll with it.
All right.
Just roll with it.
The Kraken Queen, if I may ask, is that the Queen of the City of Lights, if I may ask?
Oh, no,
Just-
don't be quite so silly. She's the Queen of the City of Shimmering Lights is not a Kraken. The Kraken Queen, well, quite obviously is, though I do see the confusion. You see, they are related.
In the? Whoa.
Really?
Yes. You see, when our great sea mother Panthalassa departed from the mortal plane, she split her power into 50 souls, the souls of the Nereid. One of their souls lies in our great Queen Arista, but another
Right.
is in the great Kraken Queen of the outer seas. And it is those seas where the Kraken Queen lays, protecting us all from invaders.
Invaders like who exactly?
Oh, you know, filthy pirates, people coming from other continents to try and take our stuff, all of that. Actual Krakens, sometimes they get rowdy. Kraken Queen usually sorts them out in short order. I think there was a fight with the dragon once. It didn't end well for the dragon, let me assure you.
I'm also going to presume that it may have not ended well for the people around the dragon.
Oh, the dragon does tend to cause quite a large wave whenever it crashes in the middle of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And she just goes on and on like this for a while, lecturing
God.
you about the Kraken Queen and her majestic exploits.
As this is going on, Trevlon tries to get a word in to say, to be honest, we were actually going to continue talking about this with Kailani because, well, he'd been talking to us about it at great length recently. So, if you don't mind, he'd be willing to take up the mantle, so to speak.
Roll deception.
I thought there was someone breathing intently.
I mean,
It is
yeah.
technically.
Oh well, of course, yes. Stories do work best when more than one person is telling it. He can confirm all that I have said. Come on, this way.
Gotcha.
She leads you to the back and opens the door to another large room, their personal storeroom, where you see Kailani busy sorting through all sorts of religious texts. And because he is a good frickin' boy, let's pull up his picture too.
yes.
There he is.
Yes,
There he
I need
is.
to see
There
that.
he is.
Oh,
The
yay!
boy.
Look
The
at that
boy.
smile.
That is a
That's
boy.
Baby boy.
That's the best boy.
I would
love
kill a
him
man
so.
for that smile. I would execute Order 60. Never mind. No.
I would
No,
Stop.
watch
Stop
what you
myself.
say.
Stopping myself before I go down that rabbit hole.
Are you okay, Walrus?
No.
Anyway,
Portions are so good.
All right. There he is.
There he is. I sort of cough to make our presence known.
Kailani looks up and is like, you're still alive. That's incredible. Queen usually never lets anyone get pardoned. Congratulations.
So we've heard.
Apparently she likes music though, so
Apparently.
there's that.
And then the Marrow at the entrance says, they have shown an interest in the Kraken Queen and would love for you to tell them more about it. Right. Oh, of course, silly me, not talking about me job. Right, well, let me tell you about the Kraken Queen. And the young woman heads out as Kailani starts launching into stories of the Kraken Queen.
Trevlon again interjects and goes, "Okay, gotta be honest, that was a ruse. We were just trying to make sure that she could take us to you quickly. Sorry, Kailani. We do. It's very interesting stuff, but
And as you say, actually, we don't want to hear about this. His face falls for a little bit. Oh, okay. Then he gets
you can
back
tell us
his,
all about it.
Then he gets
Yeah,
his
and-
smile
and
back.
another
Well, what
time.
else can I do for you?
Well, we've done the job. The oil rigs. Well, the oil rig's done and dusted, basically. It's been,
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I presume that we're gonna. I guess the second thing is thanks for taking us on this adventure, my friend. And
Right.
I'm very glad that you're not. I'm very glad that you're not dead. That was a bit of a worry.
Why should I be?
I mean, you're technically an accomplice, but
I mean, we did do our best to specifically not mention Kailani. and
yes, but it
being
Well, I
hurt.
mean, I was right there with you.
kind of makes things
Yeah.
a little difficult.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. It's fine.
How
But it
did
didn't
how did
happen.
you get out of that anyway?
Doing a little community service for the Queen. I mean, win-win scenario for me, right?
Isn't that just your job?
Win-win scenario, like I said.
Got
I
it.
mean-
Okay.
Fair enough.
So, what's next for you then, apart from just, business as usual?
Well, aside from doing this, I'm also going to be working over at the Queen's Domain, helping sort through her private collection of things. I am told it is quite extensive, so that should be interesting.
The Queen has her own sort of room? How's that work?
It's not so much a room. That's just what I've been told. It's not really a room. Like, the High Priestess kind of laughed when I said, "Oh, I'm just going to be cleaning the room then." I haven't actually seen it myself.
Got it. Well, I'm sure it'll be an interesting scenario. Just don't die. That's my hope. That's my prayer for you.
Wouldn't
Don't
dream
die,
of it.
please. Got it.
We
Right.
just wanted to be sure that you were doing all right.
Oh, of course, I
regarding
appreciate
all
that.
We were very worried about you.
Aw, well, that's adorable. I'm sorry. Is that a goat?
Yeah.
Would you mind taking him outside? I really don't want him to eat any of the collection.
Oh, fine.
Meh.
We were just about to be going off as well, my friend.
Right.
Also, holy shit. Okay, after the stream. Never mind.
All right.
Oh my. Okay,
You're the best.
you did so good.
I can't believe.
Okay, I can't believe.
Do you like the goat, Alex? Do you like the goat?
All right, I'm gonna roll for random encounters. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh,
It's
no.
the Kraken.
That is not Kraken.
It is the goat kraken.
Please, I don't want to repeat.
It's the boss goat. It's a boss goat.
At least it's not a giant crocodile anyway.
Oh, would you look
A
at
tall
that?
kind
It's
of goat?
3 Krakens.
Oh
At
no!
least it's not Harask.
What's that? A Tarakan, you say?
Oh my God! It's a Tarask riding a Kraken.
Dear,
Oh,
dear
so-
God. Look at goat is transformed into Neolithic.
Goat
It is now
absolute
an entire
Harask.
Tarask.
One whole Tarask.
An entire Tarask.
An entire Tarask.
And
All
the
right.
entire Tarakan.
You're heading out of the temple, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that was what we were doing, yes?
Great. You head back outside, pointedly ignoring everyone who's trying to teach you more about the Kraken Queen. They're saying stuff like, well, if you must be on your way, at least let me tell you, no, and you leave.
Do not make eye contact.
Do not make eye contact. For the goat, that's easy.
It physically can't.
Do you
All right.
get many visitors like this in your own temple, Momo?
Huh?
Well, yes. Did you get many visitors like this in your own temple? Like, did you have to
Oh.
do stuff like this, or?
I mean, I'd rather not talk about it, but if you must know, I never really got to go out into the altar unless nobody else was there. But
Right.
it's all right. At least I got my own personal time to worship. Am I right?
Right.
It's
If
all
you-
right. It's
Rather not talk about it, then we
It's
can
fine, it's
not
all-
talk
it's
about
fine.
it.
it's
All right.
it's okay.
The more you say that. All right.
The-
Please don't worry.
Is Trevlon getting deja vu, or
Trevlon is getting just Trevlon is looking very concerned.
Thavagath
this party?
brings out
Great
a
googly moogly, the party's going to shit.
Thavagath brings out a single slice of bread as a surprise and hands it to Momo.
Oh, is this for me?
Mm.
Momo smiles and then he just like rips a piece off and eats it. How does it taste, Alex? How good is the bread?
It's common bread. Like, it's nothing fancy. It's basically white bread.
But
White bread is good bread.
considering you're a bird, you would wolf that shit down.
Momo
With little-
loves it.
with
Momo
little
loves
tiny
it, and
pecks.
he's hungry. He missed breakfast anyway, so he's just
Pecking like crazy.
popping the pieces in his mouth, and he loves
It's
it.
adorable.
It's good shit.
The goat just
Good
stares
shit.
at you while you eat the bread.
I have one more piece in my hand, and I look at the goat.
Yes.
I look at the piece of bread. I look at the goat. Sigh, and I hand the last piece of bread to the goat.
The goat bites down and chomps on the piece of bread.
Momo
Good shit.
smiles and is content.
Oh, he likes you.
Looks like you've made a little friend.
Maybe. I like goat.
Okay.
right.
Looks like it's time for the fun trip home.
Unless we have any more business here, I'd rather get out of the city before anyone changes their minds.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think people will like us anymore.
We stand out just a bit.
I mean, apparently giant fish people like me a little bit, so I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I played the shit out of that flute.
Yes, you
You
did.
certainly
I
did.
was very entertained.
You have no like. I'm gonna be having good thoughts about giant women for a while. Don't take that out of context, please.
I'm taking that out of context.
Do you know, if you're in there,
Absolutely take that out
just
of
saying.
context.
Fuck. Well,
All right.
You dug your own grave.
So
I did.
Right, that was about it.
with that done, you all head out of the city of shimmering lights and back onto the coastline.
here we go.
We were back to the brown background.
you can move. I would say 2 hexes before nightfall, and you have to stop.
Okay.
All
Right.
right.
So like here, you reckon?
Yeah.
Fucking there. There we go.
Let's do it.
Right around there.
Let's do it.
Fine.
On the way there, though, you got a random encounter.
Oh fuck.
Boy.
Oh boy. Okay. As you walk along the coastline, you hear the distinct call of some frigate birds. You look up. There are a bunch of circling birds around a fresh pool of water.
Ah. Is there anything in the water?
You go over there to take a look. No, it just looks like fresh water, which is nice along the salty coastline.
Can I roll detect magic?
Sure.
Or can I cast? Cool.
You can absolutely cast detect magic because
Thank you.
you'll be getting long rests and all of this back at the end of basically every day.
Cool. Where are you? There you are.
All right. I'm going to say you cast it as a ritual, which is 10 additional minutes to not spend a spell slot.
Okay.
You cast detect magic. There is no magic here.
It's just a nice pool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Okay, since no one else has done it, I'm going to roll investigation on the pool.
Okay.
Because you'd have thought that'd be the first thing you do. Fucking... Not me, though. That's for damn sure.
You look around and see that it's water. The goat kind of walks up to the pool and immediately starts drinking from it.
You know, I realize now that I have not actually managed to have a decent shower in literally days, so I'm going to
It's,
use this to my advantage.
It's still raining, by the way, so...
Oh, well. Point taken there. I mean, this...
Out of character. Boy, sure, you could use some soap right now. Cough, cough. Anyways, where were we? Oh, right.
Fuck. Right.
Actually, this is a bit of a meta question, so stop me if it is too much. So far, all the random encounters have been negative. Is that just what... are random encounters always negative? Or can some of them be... Oh,
They weren't
this is just a
negative.
thing that
They weren't
happens.
all negative.
Yeah.
Are they not?
Not all of them were negative, for one thing.
No.
Yeah.
We got
okay.
we got the chance encounter with like the coves and that, didn't we? And we were like, a nice place to stay for the night.
Yeah, and we also got the
I think I was absent
random,
for that one.
the beautiful horse, and as well as
Yes.
The
the
bear.
old man with
bear.
the canaries who dispelled one of the cards. So
Oh, I thought that was
Which
a
could have
card.
been really bad.
Okay,
that-
never mind. As you were. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Random encounters are not always bad.
Would Trevlon be able to set up the tent and, in his spare time, possibly try and draw the scene as like just a nice little picture?
Draw in the rainwater?
No, like just on a piece of paper, like do a sketch. Or
Oh,
no.
yeah. You can definitely, like, sketch the little scene. Every 30 seconds or so, one of the birds also swoops down to take a drink from the water. Considering the goat and the birds are fine, you're fairly sure it's just a pool of water.
yeah, I'm gonna refill my water skin because why not?
Yeah,
Nice.
go ahead.
And I'm gonna draw the scenery and see if I do a good job. It's an 11. It's a meh drawing. Cool.
You know what? I'll give you advantage on that.
All right,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Because you both
Oh,
have
baby.
calligrapher supplies now.
Yep.
So so Malafane and Trevlon spend the day doing art.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Let us draw
French.
some rain. All right, roll again with calligrapher supplies, Trevlon.
With advantage, or with advantage, or just again.
Just again.
Just again.
We're counting it
Just
as
again.
advantage.
Got it. Okay. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Doing some drawing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Sick, dude.
Excellent.
Sick.
With Malafane's help, we made it 1
Slightly
degree
better.
It turns
We
out
have that.
drawing rain is hard.
I'm gonna add
Okay.
that to my equipment list.
Note to
Okay,
self,
since the...
maybe not draw in the actual rain.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
All right.
Okay. since they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my first day trying to train this goat.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
You got it, baby. Oh,
Okay, so what do you want the
Jojo,
goat
come
to
here.
do?
Give me advantage. Okay, can I?
Animal.
Have it be in character that you're talking to Momo about wanting to train the goat, and I will let you have advantage.
Momo, you want to ride this thing, don't you? Yes.
Well, now that you mention it, kinda.
All right, come here. We're gonna try and train it.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Oh
All
fuck!
right.
Hello.
Okay, there you go.
Hello.
What do you want the goat to do?
I want it to let me ride it.
No, that's an advanced technique. Right now, I'm just gonna get him to sit, and
Oh,
and if he
sit.
does it,
Yes,
then
he sit.
I'm gonna feed him.
Let me
Okay.
make him sit.
You press down on the goat's butt while Thavagath yells sit. And you keep doing that throughout the afternoon. And then, and the final moment of reckoning, Thavagath yells sit without Momo pressing down. The goat sits.
Yay!
I'm so proud. I roll him an apple,
Oh,
All right.
and I throw. Then I
Good
eat.
boy.
And then I throw an apple to Momo, and I eat one of the apples myself. So now I'm down to 3 apples.
Great. Then afternoon passes, and you make it here, and you start setting up camp. As I roll for what type of camp it is, because details make the game fun.
Hooray!
Ooh, you get one of the unusual campsites.
Oh, my favorite.
You get to a farmhouse with the windmill halfway up its axis, but still spinning due to the storm and the rain and wind. And you go inside. There is moldy food still on the table, but there doesn't look to be any signs of life in here.
Oh. Can I roll investigation and see how long this place has been abandoned for?
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck.
You're not sure exactly. Doesn't take that long for food to get moldy, though, especially when exposed to the elements.
Can I give it a go?
Sure.
Okay. Where are you? There you are.
Same thing.
The arms of the windmill, do they look fairly structurally sound? As in, they're likely not going to drop off in the middle of the night, or?
No, they do not. Like, half of it's kind of dangling out, so it's only attached by, like, one bolt, for lack of a better word.
It's a separate structure from the farmhouse,
But
correct?
it is a separate structure.
Alright. I have to say, admittedly, I'm kind of curious about what may be in the windmill, so I kind of want to go in there and check it out.
You enter the windmill. It also looks pretty quickly abandoned. Like, there's scattered bits of straw and hay in there. Doors all creaky. Soggy wood everywhere. No signs of life.
This is very concerning.
I mean, things happen all the time.
Yeah, but it does indicate that there might be something unpleasant around here. So,
Are there any signs of, like, a struggle?
That's a
Or
very
is
good
it
point.
just
yeah.
everything has
usually.
just been left as is?
Roll investigation.
which will
Got it.
out of all of us?
All of us?
I'm going to say Corellian will roll for the windmill. Anyone can roll for inside the farmhouse.
Malafane, or Momo.
Oh,
either
nice.
one.
I'm going to take Malafane since Malafane was being chanted.
Okay.
Okay.
Corellian, you move aside some of the hay, and there look to be like several splintered pieces of wood and a broken axe handle with the actual blade of the axe several feet away. Mal, you take a look inside. There's several like dishes and plates and a couple of wooden splinters around there. And you take a quick look outside while you're at it. In the animal pens, the fences look completely broken. Like something smashed them down from the inside. And you can catch the very, very, very faintest hints of footprints, a couple days old probably, heading north.
I suppose I'll go in. Well, first of all, is there anyone nearby that I could like direct to assist in following those footprints?
You can call people to help follow the footprints.
So, am I the only one that notices these, or
Oh, not anymore, I guess. Do you want some help?
that would be appreciated.
Right then.
Kind of
Let's go.
come out
Let's
of the
go.
windmill at that point as well. Found a bit of an axe in there. Sort of like look over.
This
Footprints.
Yeah, this is looking like it's been a bit of a unpleasant situation, and me and Mal were just about to go and do some mystery solving, and if you wanted to come along, we'd much appreciate it.
I would love.
Can we hurry it up?
Yeah.
I see the sun setting.
That's a
come
fair
on.
point.
Sure, let's go.
Fab, we are going on a person hunt. There are footprints. Do you want to join us?
Sure. Goat, look after the campsite. And I tie the goat. I tie the goat up securely. I tie the goat up securely, but out of range of anything that we own edible.
Okay, inside or outside?
I'll go inside. Give
All
it a
right, yeah, you get the goat out of the rain and safely away from all your stuff. You follow the trail as best you can. It looks like the weather has weathered away, but most of the footprint trail. It fades off around 10 minutes from the farmhouse. You check your map and you realize if they continued going north, they would go straight into the water.
So it's amphibious then,
No.
or at least it.
It looks. When I say footprints, I am sorry I left out a pretty key detail here. They're
Oh.
hoof prints. Yeah, hoof prints.
Prints.
Like,
Oh,
Question: are they the size of a goat's hoof prints?
like, they're a range of sizes. Like, could be cattle, could be horses, could be goats, could be pigs. Not entirely sure.
And they're all are they all like jumbled together, or are they all like making their own separate tracks?
From what
like,
you can
next to
see,
each other?
like, they crisscross a whole lot, but there's more than one animal that made the tracks.
Right. This is
Almost
gonna
like-
be interesting.
it's almost like the animals were driven into the ocean, it seems like.
Well, there was that gas, wasn't there, from earlier in the week? Maybe that was the thing that caused it.
That long ago, though?
So it's just a guess. It might be something else, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Are the tracks fresh?
No. In
Oh,
fact,
well then.
they're fading away into the mud, like as you speak.
Pardon?
Yeah, it's raining and it is washing away what is left of the tracks. So, like, in a couple of hours, these tracks will be gone.
Can we try and identify what they are?
Sure, roll nature.
Okay.
Nature actually with disadvantage, because it's hard to see in the rain.
Gotcha. Yeah. Nature.
Disadvantage, so roll again.
Oh,
Why must you hurt me this way? Come on,
Nat
baby,
one.
give me a nat.
Come
If I get a
on.
nat 1, I will cry.
Okay.
That's still not bad.
Still not bad,
Could be
like,
worse.
especially for disadvantage. Yeah, best you can tell, these are, like, farm animals. Probably, like, a lot of pigs.
From my point of view, or from what I can tell, these look like farm animals, mostly pigs.
Well, in the windmill, I saw there was an axe head buried in some of the floorboards, so there might have been a bit of a struggle, but I'm
An
not really
axe head?
sure what. I just sort of your regular pedestrian axe. So whatever came through here either scared the pigs off into the ocean or drove them in there intentionally, perhaps. I mean, there's all sorts of things that live in the water.
Are these things actually going into the ocean?
You don't know. You can't see where the trail leads any farther than where you got, which is about 10 minutes north of the farmhouse.
Well, I don't necessarily know if they're going to the ocean, but we can see if we can follow them to their conclusion. You never know, we might find something interesting at the end of it.
You're at the end of the trail.
Oh, right, okay, right.
Yeah, anywhere else would be pure guesswork as to where the tracks go.
I'm
Got it.
assuming that the hoof prints don't come out of the water on the other side.
Oh, hell no. Take a look at where you guys are. It's here. You would not see the other side of where that is. Every hex is like, I think I said 6 miles before, or 8 miles?
Yeah.
A lot of
makes
miles.
I
sense.
forgot about that.
A lot of miles.
Right.
Well,
don't
I kind of
necessarily-
want to dry off as best as possible, so if you lot want to keep investigating, go on ahead, but I'm going to get out of this armor. Kind of like looks down at the drenched chain coat.
Drenched armor is not fun.
No,
Mhm.
I'm relatively waterproof because of my scales, but even so, I'd rather just curl up by a fire. It's cold.
I suppose there's not much we can do here.
All we have to do is make sure that we don't suffer any similar fate. So
Yeah.
keep watch and we should be good.
Right.
You weren't kidding about how cold it was. Can I take off my armor because it's cold and stuff?
Yeah. It takes, I think, a minute to doff and don plate armor. I think less for leather armor. Either way, yeah, you can easily get the armor off, but you should probably wait until you're inside to do that, because
That's the plan.
carrying around armor sucks when you're not wearing it.
Yeah.
Thevagath just lifts up a small portion of his loincloth, on the inside bit where it's nice and warm.
I'm sorry, did you say he lifts a bit of his loincloth?
Not loincloth, you know what I meant, the big fluffy thing he wears, the skirt thing.
Oh dear!
The frickin' bearskin belt?
That's the one, the bearskin pelt.
Alright.
Pelt.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're all going back, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly.
You all...
On the way there, would I be able to roll investigation to see if there's any visible marks on the surrounding thing, like blade marks or anything like that?
Sure, yeah. Roll, actually, since it's for tracking things, survival
Roll
with
nature?
disadvantage.
Survival. Yeah, this is gonna go about as well as I expect it's gonna go. Yep.
None you can see. It's been a couple of days since the tracks were left, and you're not an expert tracker, so...
Hmm.
Hooray!
Okay. You head back into the abandoned farmhouse. The goat is still there, gnawing at his rope.
And I'm assuming...
Is there like a fireplace or anything like
Yeah,
that?
there's a fireplace.
Yeah, I'll get to work getting a fire going, and then once there's some more warmth, I'll go on and doff my armor.
Do you want any help with that?
Right?
Yeah, actually, that'd be appreciated.
Of course.
You
Oh
you
no.
take a few minutes to set up a fireplace. While it's dark in the farmhouse, though, since you haven't lit the fire yet.
Oh, well, it's been a bit of time, so what have I... And he just notices Momo. You.
What? What? Are you
Momo.
alright?
Come here,
What?
quick.
I go to Thavagath.
I whisper to Momo, make the goat glow.
Can I just run out of the way of the 20-foot? Or...
What would happen first? The goat glowing, or
does he
Escal
notice?
reaches the door?
Esgal could probably get to the door before the goat starts glowing, but there's also a fireplace which is going to light up in a few minutes, so...
Dim light isn't really much.
I'll say for the sake of actually letting Esgal do something, he can get out of the way.
No. You're not getting rid of me that fast. But you!
What?
You thought you could get rid of me on the rig. And don't think I forgot about you, Halford. Pushing me out of that eclipse. What exactly did you do on there?
What are you talking about?
Trevlon looks at Esgal and sighs and says, "We were doing a job, and we knew that you were going to cause trouble. It was nothing personal. We just knew that it wouldn't be something that you were comfortable being a part of."
Is Escal like holding Momo by the shoulders or something, or like
In order to do
I
that,
mean,
he'd have
if it
to-
weren't for the fact that the goat is glowing, he probably would.
Yeah, the
But,
goat's glowing,
yeah.
so he'd have to step into the light to actually get at Momo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
protecting
If he could hiss, he probably would be. And what of the boy? What was his part in all of this?
The boy?
Malafane.
Oh.
He helped.
Well, he killed everyone.
Don't take
It's-
Sav's words at face value.
Don't you mess with me!
No, but it's so fun.
Please.
Look, mate, I can understand that you have a grievance of what we were planning on doing, right? I can understand that. But
Gee, you think?
there were people on that rig that were slaves. Esgal, there were people...
because of the people on the rig that were making others sick.
There was they were intending on using black water to actually try and use as a power source, which is an
They were trying to replace it
amazing...
with oil, and apparently black water has necrotic properties. That's why it was making people sick.
Also, again, I'm going to go back to this. They had slaves. People of my own...
Slaves.
Yeah. And I can understand that you have grievances with, like, taking such a brute force way towards dealing with it. Honestly, we couldn't convince that person otherwise. They were...
Plus, they killed the slaves after we let them go. So, I mean,
Well,
it's pretty evil.
Sorry, what did you say? What did Esgal just say? You cut out.
Okay, out of character, I could have sworn I heard him say that they killed the slave.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
that's not necessarily true.
No, it's entirely
So
true,
you
if
did
not
what?
indirect. We freed the slaves as they were leaving. They died due to the disgusting,
Trappings of them.
inhumane traps that they left behind.
Praising is a key fact you might want to consider.
No.
Long story short, we tried to help them. We tried to help everybody. Things just took bad turns for us.
My friend, I need to say this now. We did not go on that rig with the intention on hurting people. In fact, we tried to start it off as peacefully as we could. But they was just so suspicious, and as soon as they knew who we were, they just started firing at us.
We could
I don't
have been
like-
killed.
They didn't even know who we were. They were just so vicious that they started firing on us regardless.
Mate, I can understand that you have grievances with what may have transpired on the rig, but if we didn't, things could have gotten worse, and loads more people could have died or gotten hurt.
Including us. A lot of the reason we fought was because we would have died had we not.
I get that you might not like what we did, and you might not like us for that matter, but you can't... Do you think we were in the wrong, man?
Oh, there's not a single bit of... What's the word? I don't blame you for what you did. But I don't doubt that there was a better way of handling it. Wasn't
There always-
there?
I'm
They're
sure
always
you and your
doing
infinite wisdom would have figured out a way. Would it make you feel better to throw a bit of punches? We can go outside and you can
We are not
We can
doing
tussle if you
this.
want.
We are not going to kill each other.
I never said anything about killing anyone.
We are not
I'm
going
Trev.
to attack each other with fists, as much as we may feel inclined to do so.
I'm feeling rather inclined to do so.
Well,
Well, that's not
regardless,
going to happen.
Sure.
That is
If you
the
wanna
last
tussle.
thing that we need right now.
I don't mind.
I get
Let's-
in front of Corellian. No.
Just blow a bit of steam off. What, you've never sparred with anyone before?
there's a difference between
No.
sparring and just.
It's okay.
I'm
Hitting
not
each other.
angry, is the thing. It's no big deal. And I'll kind of sort of like pat Mama on the shoulder and walk out of the light. I haven't taken off my armor yet because I was still in the process of doing the fire, but I'll walk out and I'll walk out past Esgol and sort of hold the door open to go outside into the rain. After you,
Oh,
if you
please.
want to blow off some steam.
No, please. Ladies first.
I mean, there are.
Oh.
I know what I said.
Trevlon decides to go through the door first. Fuck
I
you
follow
both.
immediately after Trevlon.
Corellian is just completely nonplussed at this and just sort of fine walks out.
However, I want to point this
The moment
out,
that Corellian walks out the door, I just shut the door behind me.
and I bring the goat out right behind thingy because he's focused on closing the door. I pull the goat into his point of view, into his eye shot, I suppose.
And then you are now in the light.
Well, now that it's oh boy.
You still want to have those fisticuffs?
Don't worry, he's back. Come back in.
You know, doing this won't actually solve any problems, just getting rid of him. One day, we're going to have to bite the bullet and actually do something about it.
Yeah, but I'm too tired to deal with this crap today. Good goat.
I think go to green.
Who's the good little goat? Who's you are?
What
Who's
just
you are?
happened?
I am on
Well.
the same side as Goat.
For a brief.
Esgol's fucking pissed.
Understandably
Oh,
Oh,
so.
for fuck's sake, did he find out about the rig?
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
he knew about the rig beforehand.
He knew
but I don't-
beforehand.
He had a pretty good
when we
idea
were
of what
speaking
was
with
going on.
Mizuko.
We
Can we
So-
just leave the fire going?
I mean,
Now-
He's mad at me for some reason.
You need to
Why
start
does
it
he
up
hate
before
me?
you can leave it going.
yeah, I'll go finish dealing with the fire then.
All right. You head back inside and resume starting the fire. Takes a few minutes, but eventually the fire starts up. It's nice, warm, helps you dry off.
Momo. I'm sorry,
Who wants to go? Who wants to go first?
You all go.
Someone go first.
You. I'll
I'll
Yeah,
fight
go
you.
on.
Go first.
fucking fine. Shit. All right. All right. Trevlon sort of takes his hat off and brushes it a little bit and looks at Momo and goes, I think I can understand why Esgol might be cross. It's not necessarily a wise crossness, but it's an understandable one.
What do you mean?
Think about it this way. Think of it as you have a roommate who you live with occasionally, and sometimes you get to go out and sometimes they get to go out. But one day, someone comes in and locks your door and doesn't let you go out.
I can see why he'd be mad, but I was only doing what you guys told me to do, and I wanted to.
It was the right thing. I guess I just didn't take into account how he would have reacted afterwards.
I would say it was the right thing at the time, considering that we were all in literal danger for our lives, but when it comes down to it, we can't keep just shoving him into the back corner of their shared mind. Otherwise, stuff like this is going to happen, and, you know, I'm fine for trying to defuse it, but it'll come to a point where it'll be too much for him, and we will have to suffer the consequences. So we should do our best to come to some sort of compromise or deal with him or whatever, and not just keep cutting him off, like you mentioned, Trev.
One day we're gonna get in a situation where the lights go out and we're in a dire place. And if he doesn't trust us, we might die. So, yeah, we need to deal with it. And as Thavagath says, maybe not tonight, but at some point soon.
Some day soon, yes.
Serious question, Mal. How long have you had to be with Esgal?
Say around, I don't know, about 30, 40 years of age.
Wow.
So, might I ask, since it's not from birth, is he some separate entity? For lack of a better word, are you possessed?
He's an alter. I've explained this to you before. It's dissociative identity.
Then I take it back because I'm being insensitive. My bad.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, no, I genuinely forgot that detail. My bad.
It's okay.
I'm gonna assume that something happened to make that happen, right?
You remember I was telling you about this is me forgetting that I only told Trevlon, but you remember how I told you about my mother, right?
Right.
That wasn't from any sickness. That was basically her being forced out of her code of honor, I suppose. Do you know what it's... Imagine being forced to kill someone for the first time with your own bare hand, and then being forced by someone to keep doing that. You're not exactly desensitized to something like that.
That sounds
I don't know
awful.
that.
I can imagine that experience does
I
things
can't.
to someone.
I can't possibly imagine how that must feel.
My father told me that from a couple weeks onward, she didn't really pay much attention to me. It was just coming home with blood splatters on her clothes and a bottle of alcohol in one hand, just sort of sitting down at the table and just not really paying much mind to either of us.
That explains a couple of things.
Can we change the topic, please?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I just
It's neither of your faults.
bad memories.
No.
Bad memories.
Do you... I'm sorry to push this on you, but as long as we're sharing, do you mind me asking or pursuing that? I've been meaning to ask for a while now, but like, what? Yeah.
Momo just looks. He starts to space out for a second, and then he shakes his head.
No, we don't have to talk about that now.
No. It's just. Do you? Of course, you guys remember the weird magical things that happened to us, right?
Hi. How could we forget?
And well, once in a while, I'll sometimes leave for a moment, and then it doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. One moment I'm sitting with you guys and we're having some sort of wholesome moment, right? And then the next moment I'm in a room full of people. And then this woman is saying something I can't remember.
Like a god? Or like a higher deity?
Yes. And
I mean, everyone has religious experiences from every now and
this
again.
was no religious experience. This was something awful. Everyone was at each other's throats. Some people died, and there was just blood everywhere, and then there was were shocks, and there were communists, and all of this stuff that
You're not
I remember dying, and I remember so much stuff, and I remember killing somebody, and I felt happy for it. I don't know what I wanted.
It's okay. It's okay. Deep breaths.
I feel
It's
like
happened.
Safe with us. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but
I feel
mean-
like I'm not here. Like this isn't real, but I'm telling myself it's real, but I feel like it's not real. Like I'll just disappear any second and then I'll be able to kill somebody again, and I don't know what I feel.
are these like night terrors or just?
They don't feel like night terrors. I feel every bit of pain that everybody else feels. I felt her strangle me, and I felt the bullet go through my lung, and I felt the ability to not be able to breathe, and I felt my lungs fill up with blood, and when I killed that person, I felt like I was testing things out. I don't know. I was feeling, but I did not feel bad. That scares me. I didn't feel bad.
Corellian's
I looked
gonna.
at Corellian. Yeah, I was gonna say I looked at Corellian and I was like, "What do you make of this?"
Corellian's going to get up from the fire and kind of walk over to Momo and sort of like kneel down right in front of him and sort of like take his hand. I'm genuinely sorry that you had to go through that and see those things.
If I killed you, would you come back as someone else?
I
You wouldn't
don't
lie
know
to
the
me
answer.
if you weren't real, right? You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
Momo, just. I would not
None
lie
of
to
you
you
aren't
willingly.
real, right? This is all just a game, isn't it?
Momo. And Krellin will like take their other hand and like kind of clasp your hand between. I'm sorry you went through that. Killing is difficult. It does things to a person and
It
you're never
wasn't
the same
difficult,
after
it
it
was really easy.
happens.
I felt
It's-
nothing for that person.
Momo.
I felt nothing.
Corellian is going to actually cast heroism on Momo.
Oh
in
my
an
god, I
attempt
love
to
it.
calm him down. And you are imbued with bravery. And Corellian is going to attempt to make eye contact with you and just. Momo, you are here right now. We are here right now. Upon my honor and upon the oaths that I have sworn, I am not lying to you, and I will not lie to you. I am sorry you went through that. I am sorry that you had to see and experience those things through the quirk of what random chaos follows us around through this world. But I promise you, I am not lying. You exist with us here right now, and we exist with you here right now. Whatever may have happened, then you'll come back, and we will still be here for you.
I crouch down and, put my arm around Momo. No one would have to suffer through something as terrible as that. I assure you that we are exactly who we appear to be. We're your friends. We're not going to change that.
I'm just scared.
There's nothing wrong with being scared. And I'll kind of like get up off my knees and like sort of like offer a hug,
Just group hug right now.
basically.
Group hug. I'd say that's as good a place as any to say the night passes without incident. And also,
Fucking-
we've got a card to draw, and I didn't want to interrupt that with a freaking card. So,
All right, well, next in line after Momo, who drew the last one, is Walrus. So
It's-
I didn't draw the
I-
last one.
no, that was Corellian.
Oh, Corellian. All right, well, Phil.
I'm fucking shaking. Oh my god.
Fucking Tharagath had to go outside and punch something to feel manly again.
Oh,
Oh no!
No, he's not punching the goat.
Oh
Goat's
no!
inside.
No, I mean I saw the card.
Okay, now, okay, I'm interested.
Alex,
Okay.
what are the fucking chances of this happening?
Piqued my interest.
Tell me those chances so I may take them and then eat them and then scream while they're in my...
No, Wallace. Shush, shush. I want
All
to hear
right.
this.
You awaken to the sound of and you wake up. There's a baby goat next to the other goat.
Out of character.
Oh, you are a woman? What the Thavagath lets out like an... I can't do it right now because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, but Thavagath lets out like an uncharacteristically girly scream of... Oh, so cute!
Thavagath, did you know
No,
that?
I didn't. Oh, wait, sorry, what?
Were you aware that the goat was pregnant?
No, I just thought it was fat.
Does this goat have a penis?
Let me ask him. Goat, do you have a penis? Do any of you speak goat?
Can't say that I do.
Do I,
In
have to
that
roll
case-
do I have to roll a nature check to see what its bits are?
Animal handling.
Oh my!
Animal handling, baby.
I
Fuck it.
believe in you.
And I'll
I have-
help you with that one.
Advantage, baby. Here we go.
No advantage. Oh, okay, you are getting advantage. Okay, nice.
Of
You-
all things to get a nat 20 on,
you
you get nat 20 to check if it has a penis.
you lift up the goat's parts and amazingly don't get kicked in the face. That goat is male.
Huh.
I
Immaculate-
didn't know we would have MPreg on this show.
immaculate
Shut up!
concept.
Oh, I'm gonna roll for random encounters again. Oh, look at that. The Kraken followed you.
I'm just imagining the Kraken crawling over tentacle by tentacle over
And
land.
it's just the slurping noise.
Yeah. Congratulations. Also, I'm gonna eat you.
At realization that this is actually a guy goat, Thavagath gets down on his knees, looks to the sky, says, "Immaculate conception."
Trevlon is kind of
Praise
like...
Jesus,
Yeah.
goat Jesus.
This is why
Someone-
we don't have
someone
card
scares.
draws during the dramatic scenes.
Yeah.
I don't want to go
Fair
back
enough.
there. And the
We need
midwife
this.
gets
We
on.
really-
Baby Jojo.
I guess
Well,
you could call this
Jojo,
baby
you
goat
know
a
what you need to
kid.
do.
Life
Okay,
is
Okay, I do want to take like a second out of here just to ask Alex a slightly meta question that has no bearing over the current situation.
Yes.
The game.
Had I not bought a goat and still drawn this card,
What would have happened?
yeah, I need to know this.
Something
Purely for-
else. Some other type of baby would appeared.
Okay. Well, that's a
Horrifying.
unsatisfying
If
answer,
it would
but
have been a
okay.
baby bird, I would have peed.
Probably like a baby pig since you're at the farm. Honestly.
Aww, teacup pig.
Ooh, okay. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, pardon me. I'm gonna deduct that this has no magical offering and is just. Oh,
Did you say
It came out of-
offering? Offers
it
the
came
goat
out-
in sacrifice.
I will fucking end you.
A scapegoat,
touch my
if you
goat.
will.
Hey! Hey! I love you, Atlas.
So I'm just gonna assume that this is a goat that stayed behind and only came out because it smelled another goat. So cool, we've got another goat.
You can assume that if
Yay.
you want.
I'm
Where-
going to assume that.
I want
Where-
this baby goat.
Walrus, you muted right as you were asking, where? And he is still on mute.
Well, I'm gonna go and assume that Walrus was asking, where is the goat gonna go? And I'm gonna say it's gonna go in my arms. I'm gonna carry it.
What's
While
that?
this is
There's
going
a-
on,
Okay.
before I put on my chain coat, I want to try on the robes that I was given
Okay.
Ooh.
that were tailored to fit me.
They're not tailored specifically to fit you since he doesn't have your measurements, but they're a pretty nice fit.
All right.
And it's a very high quality robe. Gems You're not sure about the exact quality of those. I'd say, like, make an investigation check to appraise.
Sure.
It's probably just a robe. It's real pretty.
I like it. It feels nice on my scales. It calls to the draconic part of me that enjoys shiny things. So
Nice.
I'll keep it on and put my chain over it.
Thank you for my life.
Awesome.
Sick.
Sick.
It's a fun, sparkly poncho, and it's amazing.
Awesome. And actually, speaking of poncho, I'm going to roll to see if the storm dies down. No. It's still raining. So you'll have to keep on going in the rain. You have 3 hexes of movement.
Does Trevlon own an umbrella?
No.
What's an
Shit.
umbrella?
What's an umbrella?
An umbrella is something I'm going to hit you with in a minute.
That's fair.
Right. Okay.
So we cool with going like here then, since moving 3 hexes.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
You move there.
Right.
Morning passes without incident. Afternoon passes without incident.
Hooray.
Evening passes without incident. And then you get to camp. You put up a fire pit and pitch up some tents.
Hey, Mal, Krellin will try and kind of get him aside for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry about the outburst on the rig right before everything was going down. It was a stressful situation, and I took it out on you, and it was not fair for me to do that. So my apologies for the angry words.
A lot has happened. It's been chaos incarnate. Incarnate? It's been chaos. I get it. Water under the bridge.
Or the rig.
Yeah.
Regarding Esgal, what sort of methods have you had success with when it comes to dealing with him? If you've had any. I mean, I don't mean to assume, but you've mentioned, 30 years of dealing with him?
A little more than that. But yes.
Is there anything he responds to?
I mean, he's just an attention seeker, you know? I mean, as painful as it's gonna be, honestly, best thing to do is just put up with him. Well, suppose there's her, but
Her being...
perhaps it's best we talk about that later.
Sure.
But admittedly, I haven't had as much success with him as I would like to. He's just gonna kind of be there.
What would it be too intrusive to give him time out to be kind of himself every night instead of just always going from light to light, since that seems to trigger it? Or, I mean, you're the one who deals with him primarily. I'm just kind of spitballing so that, one day we don't all wake up with our throats slit.
Really thought about it that way. I mean, I suppose it's worth just giving him some time to cool down.
Sure, I'll talk with the rest and see if we can't muster up the energy to deal with him for a while every night.
All right.
And I apologize if it's too out of... There was just that I could do.
I'm so sorry, you cut out?
You cut out, yeah.
Oh, shit. I said, I apologize if it gets too out of hand. I just wish there was more that I could do.
I'm pretty sure that between the lot of us, we can handle a minor inconvenience. It'll be fine. Yep. And I'll kind of just also sort of relay my idea to the rest about just letting Skull be out for a little while every night without automatically trying to shove him away, so that maybe we can engender some goodwill with him.
All right. So I'm going to assume they deal with that however they deal with that, since there's no response from you guys.
Cool, thanks, good talk.
Good talk.
I'm okay.
Good talk.
What?
What did I miss?
I'm
Okay.
cool with all that. Let's do it. I mean, I'm cool with all that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Not now, because fuck that noise, but let's do it one day.
Do what?
Good.
We're gonna be giving Ezgal a little while out every night, so that maybe we can engender some goodwill with him instead of, just automatically trying to shove him away.
Oh,
I kind of feel like we're treating Esgol like some sort of dog that just won't behave, but
I mean,
That's
Well,
probably
I mean,
a
you
lot of-
said it, not me.
I did.
Admittedly, that's kind of what he is.
Well, you know what? We'll learn to live with him. Maybe. I'm sure it'll be fine.
minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
We'll manage
And-
to live with
yeah.
him. And I
We've
just
been
sort of
through
look at
worse.
I just sort of remember the ring and is like, someone managed to.
All right.
Anyways.
When we get back, shit, we forgot to ask Kailana to see if we can decurse that ring.
No.
Oh,
Bum, 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 bum.
There
Wait.
are temples in Port Myrandu.
Carillion, didn't you decurse me that one time?
Not quite. I can do things like get rid of poisons and diseases, but curses, magical curses, that is a bit beyond my realm of ability at this point. The only
Right.
reason I managed to get rid of the one, illness was that it was an illness still and not yet magical.
A curse, right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wait until we get back to Port Myrandu to deal with this, so, be careful when you meet people that seem dangerous, okay?
No promises.
Oh, I know. Just keep an eye out.
Yeah, got it.
Would Trevlon be able to take watch for the night just to make sure things don't go too badly?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Shall I roll, like, perception or something like that?
Roll perception.
Baby, here we go. Fuck.
You don't spot anything.
How
Cool.
many people would need to be on a rotating watch to keep watch the entire night? Would that be 2 or 3?
3.
Because I'll volunteer for it as well. It's
All
no big
right.
deal.
Okay. Roll perception. You don't see anything.
I'll take the final watch.
Okay. Roll perception. You are very, very confident that you are safe there. The night passes without incident.
Hooray! Life is good, and we're not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that guy who we killed in the rig. Never mind.
And a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I can't promise that one of you. I can't promise that one of you may or may not have like some ink drawing on your face or something in the morning.
Oh god.
All right. You wake up, and the rain has finally let up. And now, instead of rain, what fills your ears is the sound of waves against the shore.
About bloody time.
Okay.
Righto.
Good morning,
What?
traveler. Oh, your face.
What do you mean, what?
Oh, nothing.
What did he do? If you say he drew a mustache on my face, I will tell you now, I already have a mustache on my face.
Try a full monocle eyebrow combo
Monocle
You know-
actually kind of suits you, Trev, to be quite honest.
It does look pretty good.
Oh,
Morning,
It
everybody.
goes with your hat. It gives you a certain je ne sais quoi.
It does have a bit of flair to it.
I'm gonna just take all of these suggestions, think about them for a little bit, and then toss them out like just like yesterday's newspaper. Thank you for all of your fashion ideas.
Hi.
Also, hi
Trevlon,
Momo.
what happened to your face?
Esgol happened.
Well,
Paranoid Thavaga takes out his big old battle axe and looks at the shiny part at his face. Sorry, his great axe, by the way.
No,
Oh, oh no.
Is there anything on there, dear Scott?
Sorry.
Is Trevlon the only person who's been affected?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, what a bitch!
what a
This is step
what
up his
I-
game.
I have been positively polite to that chump, and here he
I'm
goes.
surprised that he didn't get me.
He must be having different plans for you, mate.
Oof.
It's probably for the best. It seems like it'd be a pain to get anything out of feathers.
It's not like
Yeah.
I
Momo will
mean, the
burn
only
it
thing I
down.
kind of.
Wait,
I
what'd you
mean,
say,
the only
Bob?
thing.
What'd you
Mhm.
say?
Oh, I was making a
Go on,
300
Mel.
reference.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of hid the tar.
All right,
bomb.
Mal was also going to say something as well.
R bomb.
Remember the black tar bomb when we were on
Wow,
the?
that would indeed be a pain in the right ass to get out of feathers. So, thank
He
you
was
for
going to tar bomb me.
know that.
I don't know.
But
I mean,
thank you for the forethought.
Oh, that reminds me, Mal, you started writing your journal truthfully again, right?
yes.
Good. We don't want anything. Well, there's no point in trying to lie to him anymore, at least. So at least we do now.
Truthfully,
So,
I haven't been writing at all while we were on the
The rig.
rig. Yes.
Fair enough.
I-
You're technically not lying. You're just not saying anything.
Hmm.
Any case, we need to get back to speaking terms with him. So keep it up.
Oh, actually, I got a bit caught off guard with the whole Escal being treated like an actual human being instead of the piece of shit that he is thing last night. Is it too late to say that we tried to train the goat last night, or
Oh yes, please.
Please do.
I am going to say the goat was in no training mood after
No training mood.
Trevlon handled his balls.
you know that's fair? Actually, that's fair.
That makes
All right.
sense.
All right.
Sure. Give
Uh,
the goat an apple and we can set off.
You have 3 hexes. I'm assuming you want to go here since you can't cross over that particular stretch of water.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Morning passes without incident. The afternoon passes without incident.
I am full of fear.
We're at
There is a small event as you approach the woods near Port Myrandu.
Woo.
I do like the way you said small event.
Small event. It's a small event. What could possibly
Then
go
the
wrong?
goat explodes.
I don't like the way you said that.
What could possibly go wrong?
A tiny Tarrasque.
Oh no. How big is a small terrace?
A small Tarrasque. Little do
Tiny
you know. If you'll pardon the pun, little do you know, they're so much worse than the big ones.
All right.
They
Okay.
go
It's like a
straight for.
scorpion thing.
They're directly ball eye level. It's just terrible. They go
Uh,
straight for the ghoulies.
Okay, sorry, Alex.
As you head into this patch of thicket, you hear a series of like clicks and hisses coming from somewhere nearby.
Hmm.
Can I roll?
I'd like to roll. I'd like to check on that.
I would also
Yes,
like
as
to
would
check
I.
on that.
Sure, you can roll nature to figure out what they are, or perception to try and follow it.
Scott, you roll perception out on nature.
On it.
And I
One.
will assist you
two.
in nature.
Oh crap! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're being assisted on nature, so roll again with advantage.
You
Yeah.
got it, baby. Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry, just Momo, roll again.
Just Momo. Just Momo roll again. My B.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to follow me to assist with perception? No. Okay.
You got it, fam.
All right. 13. clicks and hisses. You've heard them before, definitely, Momo, but never this loud. That is the sound of a spider.
How big are the spiders? How big are the spiders, Alex?
All right. Then
Do you have arachnophobia?
No, of course not. I I've not heard good things about spiders. I've never seen one. I don't want to see one.
I find it very unlikely you've never seen a spider.
They didn't.
Didn't a spider rat literally land right on
That's
top
not a
of you?
spider.
That's a spider rat.
Totally different.
My rat.
All right. You push your way through the thicket now, and you see a large spider in the process of cocooning a deer that is caught in its web.
Oh. Let's just nope right out of that.
No.
I mean, that's some easy meat right there. He's already tracked down and caught and started cocooning the deer.
You can do your
That
best to
venison
look at
is
them.
very
That
nice.
is going to consume
no.
and dissolve my brains from the inside, and then it's going to slurp it up like some sort of grog.
I mean, spiders are harmless when you kill them.
I mean, here's the thing. The ring hasn't gone off, so.
Hey! Watch out!
You fucker!
That's a spider!
Me and my big mouth. Oh. Oh, now you decide to speak up.
Well, I'm a hungry bitch and I'm impulsive, and the spider is aware of our presence now.
Yeah.
You know what?
The
Have at
spider
it.
turns to look at you, stopping in the middle of its cocooning, as the deer just thrashes and goes, because its head is currently caught up in webs.
Like, the spider is moving so intricately, and as soon as it hears the ring, it just, like, snaps its neck towards us, like, stops instantly.
Spiders don't have necks.
I can!
Okay, so roll initiative.
No. It's just looking at you right now, and it's clicking its mandibles at you and hissing at you very angrily.
So how big is this thing?
It's about the size of a man.
Oh, we can beat this thing.
I mean, it really wasn't bothering anyone.
Well, I know, but
Can we
it's
just go, please? Can we just take a U-turn and leave?
but it's got some tasty venison right there.
We can
It's
get some
probably
tasty
been
meat and
tainted
put
at this
that
point,
to me,
all
please.
things
Go.
considered.
Would we know if it's poisonous or not, or could we find out if it's poisonous or not?
Roll nature.
Momo, this one's on you.
I have one life.
I'll help you out with it since I was.
All right, so roll with advantage then.
Okay. I'm already on advantage. I'm good.
Oof.
My
You
life.
spend a whole lot of time thinking about spiders and the many, many ways they can
And how
fuck
much
you
I
up.
hate them.
You are reasonably certain that this particular brand of spider, in order to hold large mobile prey like a whole deer still enough to web it up, sets traps like a web for it to get shipped in, then climbs down and like bites it, injecting it with basically a sedative to keep it still. So it's still thrashing and aware of what's going on, but it can't run away while it gets webbed up and then the spider starts to eat it.
My eyes widen. I look to Momo. I assume Momo's eyes are widening as well.
But at this point, Theragas
And
mouth
I
is-
just go
can't see
like,
it because of the feathers, but you can tell that Momo's face is like drained of any
Like-
sort of fluid.
guys, pack your things. We're moving. We're going off.
Theragat's mouth is drooling and he's got his great axe out and he's like, but what? I haven't had deer in so long.
And you're not going to have it. And you're not going to have it if the spider.
go.
Look, for the bird's sake.
See,
Please.
God
For
likes the
God's
plan. God could.
Are we done
Oh,
looking
my.
about with the wildlife? Like,
Oh,
Let's
You
let's
you
just
love
not
bird.
do
Look,
that.
You love bird, right?
I love bird.
And you would do anything for bird, right?
I would do anything for bird.
Then let's leave the spider be.
Let's
Please.
leave the spider be.
Let
Man.
us make this terrible thing happen.
All right.
Avoid it.
Okay.
Next,
I mean,
next time
spiders gotta eat too.
As we walk away, I push Malphane hard enough for him to fall over. Said, "You owe me some venison."
You got it.
Ow. All right. You
Momo just gets on Thad's shoulders and just clutches his arms and just shakes. He absolutely hates spiders. From what he has experienced of them, he hates them with all of his might.
It's okay, little bird. Spiders
I
are
do not
little
like
boy.
spiders.
all right. You walk
I'm so
away
excited.
from the spider, and then it watches you leave, and goes back to webbing up the deer. All right.
Well, there goes the excitement first. Okay.
And then you make camp. You come across a damaged and turned over wagon that obviously didn't make it all the way to Port Myrandu, but you can use it as like an improvised structure to shelter you from the elements.
Is there anything in it?
Bunch of broken crates and barrels. Looks to have been looted.
Could
feel bad for whoever that is.
could you hypothetically use one of the lids to the barrel as a makeshift shield?
Not very well.
Nah, it was worth a shot.
I believe
Pretty
you.
improvised, isn't it?
Very improvised.
Are there any sort of particular markings on the barrels and crates? Any ideas to where they were going or who they were going to?
Roll investigation to see if you notice anything like that. Okay. Looks like these particular barrels were headed. There's a marking of a tree on them, and the wagon looks to have been pointed in a westward direction. So as far as you know, they were heading towards a forest of some kind.
Well, if they had been heading toward the city, maybe we could have at least given people some news about their shipment, but that being said, things
Shame.
happen on the road.
Yeah, whoever set out got immediately freaking ganked. They did not have a good time. They must have randomly encountered, I don't know, a kraken or something.
God fucking damn.
Better than a spider.
I mean, that means that if we ever need to go west, we could be hired on as guards for these caravans at least. Potential work. Should we
Potentially.
need it.
All right. Do you want to set up Night's Watch?
Yeah. I'm down to clown.
So
I'll go.
Okay. Roll perception.
Who out of all of us? Which one? Up.
Who's going? I think Momo has first watch, so
Okay.
Go for it.
Haha.
nice.
Get fucked.
all right. As you stand watch, you hear the distinctive sound of a chittering bird as a peacock walks out of the bush.
Ooh.
Yes.
And
Wait, is it male or female?
okay, you'll
Is
find
it
out in a
rightly-
second, because it struts into camp, looks around, goes up to Trevlon, and then fans out its tail. Shimmies around a little bit. Trevlon, I'm assuming you're still asleep.
You know what? For this example, yes. Trevlon is still asleep.
All
He
right.
does not notice this.
He's shimmying at you, sees absolutely no response, unfans the tail, and walks back out into the brush.
Momo is just and immediately covers his mouth to make sure he doesn't wake anyone up.
All right.
Does anyone hear that?
Does anyone hear that is the question.
Nah, I took watch
Um,
last night, so I'm fast asleep.
Good.
Well, Trevlon is about to take the second watch, I would say. So I guess that would wake him up for
Yeah.
that, and he goes, what are you giggling at, little guy?
Nothing. Just had to remember to joke.
You'll have to tell me at some time.
Sometimes, yes, of course.
Quintess, I don't want to review your book.
All right.
Okay,
I go off to sleep.
I take the second watch, baby.
Good B.
Baby.
Roll
Baby, I
perception.
take the second. Oh.
All right. Everything seems quiet to you. And then
Fuck.
you feel something donk you in the face, and you take 1 bludgeoning damage as you like rub your face, look up, and there are a bunch of chittering squirrels in a tree above you, who have acorns in their hands and are going.
Travelon looks at these squirrels sort of slightly crossly that he has been attacked with such indignity, and he thinks for a moment, and prestidigitation, a harmless sensory effect. Can that be a smell?
Yeah,
They're up on a tree, right?
they're in a tree.
I cast prestidigitation away from the tree and make a sort of a nice smell for them to get interested in, so they can go away and stop bothering me.
Okay. They look at each other and go, and then they all scurry off.
I love them.
Yeah.
They better. What is it with animals and Trevlon today?
What
Jesus.
is it though?
Is there some kind of plot for this?
Does Trevlon actually druid? Is he
I
gonna
can't
multi-class
believe-
next
Does
time
Trevlon
he
is
levels
druid?
up?
I can't believe. Okay, so who has got third watch?
Guess I'll take it.
Okay, roll perception.
Perception.
Nice. You sit at the edge of the camp, and you hear the wind start to pick up, and a little bit more of a whoosh, as like this tiny dust devil starts picking up dirt and leaves and swirling them around. Make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
You easily just like raise up your hand and block your eyes before like dirt and leaves and stuff fly into them, and about a minute later, the wind dies down and the dust devil disappears.
Well, I needed a bit of a cool down, so thanks for that, I guess.
All right.
Well, where were we? All right. What to draw?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh, it's got such a bitch.
Please don't draw any more monocles on my face.
If this guy comes anywhere near me, I'm gonna beat his head to death with a pedigree.
Momo was just sound asleep. He's for once he looks for once since the first time he disappeared for about 6 seconds, he looks content sleeping.
Okay. Who do you draw on, Escal?
Oh, I'm informing someone of that. They'll know when they wake up.
Okay. Speaking of waking up, it's time to wake up.
Morning.
Morning, everyone.
Trevlon immediately sort of shakes his head and looks for something to see his face. Is there like a mirror that I have, or actually no? I take out my rapier and look at it and see the reflection.
Well, that's going to be very hard. A rapier is a very thin blade.
Well,
All
I
right,
have got my
all
big
right.
shiny grey stacks on my back, and I'm probably turned away from you right now, so you could just...
Trevlon sort of hops up to try and jump and see his face in the mirror. Of the
Momo?
reflection.
Momo, what are you laughing at?
Who has been drawn on?
Pardon?
You have a goatee on your face.
Carleen just kind of like scratches their chin a little bit, sort of shrugs, like,
You know, it's actually a good look for you.
I'll keep that in mind for if I ever magically gain the ability to grow any sort of facial hair, which I highly doubt, all things considered.
Don't
Momo
take
is
that.
literally on the floor.
Well,
I wouldn't be too
must say
sure
I'm
about not
pleasantly-
getting. You go first, my dude.
My tummy hurts.
I must say I'm pleasantly surprised. At the very least, these have been harmless pranks.
Oh my god, I need some water.
Okay, at this point, as adorable as Thoragath finds this all, he's gonna shove an entire, like, 2 slices of bread into Momo's gaping, laughing mouth.
He's still giggling with the
Yeah, while all this is happening, Carleen's just kind of gonna take their water skin and sort of like get some water out, sort of like scrub their face a little bit, get the ink off.
All right. You wash off, and you're basically right at Port Myrandu. So you
Well,
arrive
Welcome home, everyone.
back at the city.
So,
Hooray!
normal background.
what do you lot want to do? I presume you have an article to turn in, Trev.
You know it. I don't know exactly how good this one's going to go. It's not my best work, and considering who's going to be reading it,
I'll
I'll
come
be-
with you if you like.
I'll be able to deal with it myself.
Please, I insist.
Okay, you can come with. Actually, that's a fair point. While you're there, we might be able to have a read about the local news and see if there's any sign of your master around these parts. See
Good
what's
point.
happening.
Meanwhile, I have a ring to purchase and a ring to decurse.
Good
I can tag
remembering.
along. I can tag along with you, Mal. I need to take a visit to a few temples anyway, so.
Sounds like a plan.
Thav, would you be able to go back to the Fiery Grog Tavern and find a place for Goat and Goat Jr.?
Yeah, sure. Would you all like to rebook the room we were in before, or
Might as well.
cool?
I mean, maybe a larger one would be a good idea.
Preferred.
You know what? Treat ourselves. Let's get some space.
Do we remember the prices for that kind of stuff, or
Let
would I
me
just have
pull
to
them
gauge
up.
it and-
Also,
I can't
I just
pull them
turned
up.
to. Also, is there a place that I could buy our friends some venison?
Okay, first off, rooms. 5 silver per day per room. As
and are there no like large rooms?
no
are they all the
large
same?
rooms from what you know.
You want to just
As-
get 2 rooms?
As for meat, there is the Okiti meat seller who was in the slums.
Oh baby,
baby.
bring that guy
yeah.
back. Did we ever get
Well-
that guy's name?
You did not.
Oh, we need that name.
And you'd have to investigate for any more food shops, because the only ones you've encountered are Really Baked, which specializes in bread and does not have venison, and the Okiti meat seller.
Don't worry, man. I'll pay you back. Promise.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if I remember rightly, it is 5 silver per room. They're all the same size. So do we want to get 2 this time, or UK cuddling again?
Depends who with. That's just kidding. I'm not picky, and probably won't sleep either. So, hey.
All right, let's get 2 rooms. I'll take one with the board and
The goats. You get
the
that.
goats. And the goats and you 3 can
Yeah.
sleep together. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Sure.
All right, cool. I'll go grab those. You guys have fun with your errands.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
meet back up at the tavern then.
Alright then.
Great. Let's start with Momo and Trevlon. You are going back to the Journalism Guild to turn in the story?
Yep.
All right. So it's fairly quiet day compared to the rest of the days you usually work there. As usual, your boss, Golmet Gadongo, is in his back office, planted firmly in his chair,
Trevlon coughs and says, "G'day, sir. Just got back from the City of Shimmering Lights. Got a story to turn in as requested." I place the story down and I guess wait for judgment.
He flips through it. Terrible. No sense of direction in this piece at all. What is this? Fifth grader's diary? He throws it back in your face. This is not the quality we expect at this newspaper.
Now, sir, if I may...
Trevlon immediately puts a hand on his on Momo's shoulder and sort of grin and sort of like looks at him like
literally like grabs his hand and slowly pulls it down with force. And says,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Your strength check is in order.
Be right back. Gonna check my coffin real quick.
Okay.
Now, sir, if I may ask, do you know what he went through to get this story? Do you know the trials and the things that he had to go through, the things he had to see, the things he had to hear, the things he had to partake in to get this story to you? Do you have any idea of what could have happened to him if for this story? Do you have any comprehensible idea? Because I can assure you, I was with him this whole time. We could have actually fucking died. We could have been literally dissolved into some sort of black goo, and you wouldn't have known. Well, you might have known if you cared enough. You know, I have traveled with this man. I have traveled with this incredible person for I don't even know how long. I don't care. And I have had more than a wonderful time hearing about his job, hearing about what he does, and every single time I have had more than a blast with this man. And you're telling me that his work is absolute garbage. Is that what you're telling me right now? Because I can assure you.
He slams a hand down on the table and then laughs.
3 pages.
You're letting a little bird speak for you now, huh, Calendar?
Who are you calling little?
Trevlon pipes up and says, "Thank you for the criticism, sir. I promise you next time the story will be fantastic." And corks it out of that office like a fucking bat out of hell.
Momo looks at him and says,
Momo, you've done enough.
No, hold on. I'm not done yet. This is the last thing. Momo looks at him and says, "You know, one day, this place is gonna burn down. And you're gonna be on the streets. You're going to be on the streets. And then your workers that you treat like shite are going to write a magnificent article about you of how absolutely abhorrent you treated them. And I will read it and I will laugh."
I'm
trying to
And
get
he walks away.
Out of character, what's Momo's alignment?
Neutral good.
Completely
He just hates.
Oh dear.
You think you
character.
scare
Momo,
me?
are you trying to kill him?
You
No.
think you scare me, little bird?
I know I do.
Oh!
Big
Well,
dick
since you
energy,
seem
but
to
with a
know
small
so-
dick to go with.
You seem to know so much about what's going on. Then you probably know exactly why there aren't any more of your kind in Irion.
Oof.
Momo doesn't flinch. He doesn't make a noise. He just tips his head and walks away.
That's
And then
what
as
I
soon as he leaves the room, he just like just
Trevlon is currently hyperventilating as well and is just collapsing slightly as this happens.
Me too.
I really appreciate what you said back there. Really profound, very nice things. But
I regret everything I just said. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, that you may have just. Word of advice: don't piss off the most powerful bard in this town.
He doesn't seem very powerful.
Give him
Somebody who
time.
talks like that doesn't seem. He might have a little bit of a smaller spell range, if you know what I'm saying.
Just trust me when I say he's not overcompensating. Oof. I appreciate it nonetheless, though. That was very nice of you to say.
Nice.
But
However you take it, all right.
it's trust me when I say, getting criticism can be brutal sometimes. But
He wasn't even trying to be. He wasn't trying to be nice. He was just saying. He was just being absolutely.
He was saying what
terrible.
he thought. He wasn't.
He should have been at least. He's a terrible boss. You need someone who treats you better and actually gives you constructive criticism. That wasn't constructive. That was abusive.
I mean,
He's terrible. He's a shitty boss.
yes, but he's one of the oldest. Well,
Am I
maybe
wrong?
he might not be the most polite boss out there,
That's an
but
understatement.
he's the only person who could have possibly given me a job, and he's the only person that did give me a job. For a while, I was just kind of selling. Okay, long story short, I wasn't always the most prolific journalist on the planet. I was once a person on the streets doing my own sort of freelance journalism, trying to get pennies for tiny articles, and it did not go well. But he kind of took me on, and even if he does say rather harsh things about the things I write, I trust that he won't fire me, and he won't kick me out for something like this. He might yell at me and tell me to do better, but that's just it.
I'm sorry you have to put up with all that garbage.
It's fine. To be honest, when he's not being a boss, he can be alright, but
And when is he not being a boss?
rarely, but enough to make it bearable. In any case, yeah, we need to check around this office and see what the local papers are saying about anything. Who knows? We might get a lead on your master or some nasty happenings around the place. We'll see what we can find.
All right. You take a look around. Currently, rumors are just like circus is supposed to be coming to town in a couple of days, and and then there is whispers of rebellion against the town leadership. Apparently, those are the rumors in town. Nothing about your master, Mama.
Does Trevlon have any indication about what the rebellion, who's starting the rebellion?
There's something in the article that says obviously we're not naming who.
Right. But there is talk of uprising. Well,
Yep.
Trevlon reads it and smiles, kind of like, we'll see how the mayor deals with this.
All
What
right.
is it?
It's just there's a little bit of a rumor going around that there might be a bit of a rebellion about the leadership of this place, which
Rebellion?
either a forceful one or maybe a peaceful one, just trying to do like a little sort of peaceful protest. But we'll see. In any case,
Maybe you can write an article about this one, and then you can knock the pants right off of your boss. Make him regret calling your awesome work terrible. Because personally, I rather enjoy reading it.
Thank you.
Of course.
In any
Mama
case,
smiles.
I will make sure that my next work does blow the pants off of them, or
Good.
as much as it possibly can. Also, don't. As much as we may not have been able to find much about your master, remember, we've got an eagle sent after him, and it'll return soon. It'll return soon. Will return soon, and when it does, we'll find him. Right?
All right.
Okay. But before I forget, is there any talk about the Rat King?
Roll investigation.
I want my boy back, and I want him
Should
back.
I roll too, or should it just be Trevlon?
Roll with advantage, actually, Trevlon, since Momo's helping.
Yeet. Yeah, he's the only person I told about this, didn't I? So this is fair. Oh shit!
I'm not counting Momo's. Because you kept the Rat King's release pretty quiet. There's not a lot of talk about where the hell he went. People are saying like the Okiti are getting more active in their particular part of the slums, but that's the closest to rats that you can hear talk of.
I swear to God, if I find Nectar again, I'm either gonna hug him or kill him. Well, or not kill him, but give him a good kicking.
An aggressive hug, I like to call them.
A squeeze that drains the life out of you and then makes you regret betraying me. That was a joke.
Momo has this nervous smile and goes, yeah, right.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay.
All right.
Out of character, you just hear it in the background. I said no killing!
I don't know who it was you're going to kill, but don't do it.
Okay.
Thavagath. You also hear another one from Thavagath saying, "Ignore him. I'm so proud of you."
Thank you for my life.
Okay, so cut over to Malifane and Carillion. You are going into the market to go look for venison, correct?
Was that the first thing?
Yeah, that's what you were asking about.
That's what you were asking about. So,
Venison and a ring.
venison and a ring.
The ring.
You ask around about the ring, but since you specify, right, there was supposed to be a delivery of a ring to the Fiery Grog Tavern, you realize, oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Bum, bum, ba-da, bow.
Well, I mean, while we're out, we can always go by one of the temples and see if we can't get that thing uncursed before it, our overzealous friend removes it from you.
Well, I made a promise to Thavagath, so this first. Plus, we're already here anyways.
Sure.
Okay. Where are you looking for the venison? Or are you just looking to see if there's, like, a more specialized food store?
I suppose just whatever we can find. Specialized, I suppose.
Roll investigation.
Okie dokie. Investigation. Meh.
I'll say do it with advantage because Carillion's helping you. So
You're
roll
too
again.
kind. That's not much better.
Oof.
In fact, I'd say that's worse.
You look around. You're not having a whole lot of luck. When you tell people, hey, where's a food store? They all point you to Really Baked, which is the bread store that had the really rude service people. And then eventually you hear, psst, psst, hey, buddy, come here, from the alleyway.
Is it Red Guy?
Did you trust that?
Carling just kind of looks over at you and just sort of like shrugs. It's not gonna hurt. Come on.
Okay. Just follow into the alley.
You go
If it's
into
Red
the
Guy,
alley
you have permission.
and set at a very ramshackle table with a couple of foodstuffs nearby is a large rat-like man, the Okiti, who was sitting here selling meals before, and he is like, you are looking to buying the food, yes?
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking for some venison for a friend of mine.
Yeah, silly little man. When looking for the things to be devouring, you always look to where the food comes from. The food, of course, coming from the water, where the Okiti are. Come in, let me show you my wares. You, my friend, are lucky. Today is very good day.
I love him so
So, you
Out
look
of
through the
character,
wares,
I am very concerned about that first one.
and because he has a good day, there's stuff that's actually recognizable as food, like bread, butter, cheese, eggs, flour, and like what you can reasonably assume is meat, but you're not sure what kind of meat.
Could I discern what it is?
Roll nature check.
Oh dear. Here we go. Mm.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Well,
Son of a bitch, alright.
Okay.
It's mystery meat, and by that you discern like it's kind of a blend of whatever low quality meat happens to be there. Like a couple of dogs, a pig. There might be some bits of deer in there.
Oh my god!
Oh. It looks interesting?
Ah, yes, thank you, thank you. Is best money can buy. Only 6 copper.
Says a voice in the
Curlian just sort of like gives you a tiny little grin. Well, anything strike your fancy?
Eat the fucking dog, you pussy.
Wait, I'm the one eating it? Oh. Mm.
Well, if you don't come back without venison, then yeah, you will be.
Make someone eat the dog, you pussy.
See, if it were night, this would be a whole nother story.
Donald Peter with a nice helping of dung and teeth.
I see you are looking at the dung and teeth. Very high quality.
Where did you say you found this again?
I didn't.
Let me rephrase that. Where did you say you got this again?
I didn't.
I am very concerned, sir.
Why should you be
Please.
concerned? It's meat.
Please give me a moment to confer with my friend here. And Krellia just sort of like takes Mel by the elbow, just like not even that far
Yeah.
away, just sort of turned away.
Doing.
I really don't know what you expected,
Didn't expect
but this is what we. When you live on when you live on the street, you make do, and this is what we found. Maybe Thab will take a rain check, or maybe I don't. Okay, maybe we can like go on a hunting trip or something later on, and leave the gates of the city for a while. All right, we'll figure it out.
With the all due respect to our friend here, and I just sort of glance over and like flash a smile to the Okidi.
Yes, hello, I can hear you.
I'm not being quiet.
Can I like sleight of hand to whisper this then?
I didn't realize you spoke with your hands.
Yeah, do some hand talking like an Italian.
Stealth, sleight of hand. I don't know.
Stealth,
Whisper.
yeah.
I want to whisper. Oh.
You don't. You're like stage
I'm not
whispering.
ordering this filth.
Helen will just sort of like pause,
Yeah, you know
turn
that.
back to
You
the
fucked up.
You know that moment at a party where like the music stops and everyone is talking really loud, and then there's one person who says something like, "And that's why I hate women."
intimately. I intimately know moments like that.
That's what
Oh my
happened.
God,
So
same.
everyone nearby heard you say, "I'm not ordering this, Phil."
Oh no.
I will pause. I will just sort of like put a claw on your chest, sort of like pat like chest shoulders, like pat. Turn to the OK team. Just sort of sigh. Please excuse my companion.
Oh, it's okay.
And
I am
I'll
used-
sort of.
I am used to having racist.
I mean, Corellian will just kind of shrug. I get where you're coming from when it comes to shite like that. And Corellian will just sort of take Mal by the elbow and exit the alley.
I'm just gonna roll. Do the same thing I did last session. Just roll a straight d20 for shame.
Okay.
Oh man, I
You
hurt
feel
myself trying not to
9 shame.
So, hunting trip. You're good with a bow. Maybe we can find something out in the woods by the city. Yeah. Let's not show her. Well, maybe let's not have you show your face around here for a little while. Come on, let's go get to a temple and get you sorted. Any particular god you worship?
Illustrate for starters.
In that case, I guess we'll be off to try and find a temple of the closest we can get to Elistray.
All right. What is Illustrated God of?
It is a chaotic good, and the only good, for that matter, goddess of the Drow.
Okay.
And she's known as the Dark Maiden.
All right. Closest thing to a Dark Maiden would be Temple of the Raven Queen.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You fucked up, boy.
Oh, boy.
That is the opposite of who I'm looking for.
I mean,
That's life.
I don't think we'd be able to find a temple to Elistray here. I don't. Drow aren't particularly. Yes.
Yeah.
There's the Raven Queen. I know there's a temple of Bahamut. Big shrug.
Anything but the Raven Queen, please.
Any particular beef? Out of curiosity, or just sort of not your cup of whatever?
Illustray hasn't exactly had the greatest of what's the word I'm looking for? Histories with the Raven Queen?
Well, in that case, sure, I know where the Temple of Bahamut is, and let's go see if we can't get you sorted there. And I'll lead him. Everyone, you're not a racist, Mal.
That's just muttered under his breath as we're walking along.
All
But
right.
everyone says things that they regret.
Everyone's a little bit.
You definitely seem to have regretted that, so we can just move on with our lives, yeah? Yeah. So yes, off to the Temple of Bahamut then.
You make your way to the Temple of Bahamut, and standing there is a wizened silver dragonborn, who turns as you enter and says, "Welcome, my children. How may I be of assistance?"
My companion here has been unfortunately inflicted by a cursed item, and we were wondering if we could get that removed.
How dreadful, how dreadful. I, of course, will see what I can do, but it is not easy casting spells at my age. If you would not mind making a donation to the temple.
No, of course, that's actually why I was here. I will put in, I'll put in 5 gold.
And if only just because I would feel bad not putting in anything, I'll put in 3 gold.
He looks down, looks back up. It is quite the burden at my age, casting spells.
Of course, and I'll put in another 5 gold. No worries.
He looks down and looks back up again.
I'll kind of look at Mal, and I'll just sort of sigh, and I will put in one of my unidentified blue gems.
All right.
I'll put in one of my black gems.
He looks the both of them over. Yes, these shall do quite nicely. Have a seat, young man.
Thank you.
All right. You sit down in front of an altar to Bahamut, and the Dragonborn chants some words, waves a staff around. There is a faint glow around you, and then after a few minutes, it is done.
I just check my hand to make sure. I just try to take off the ring.
It slips right off.
Krylin will just kind of extend a claw. Just sort of, you mind if I hold on to that for a moment?
Please, take it. I
I'm not
don't need
saying
this.
that there's a potential that somebody else could put it on your finger, but
But there's a potential that someone could put it on my finger.
precisely, Curlian will stow that in a pouch, amongst my stuffs.
Okay.
And I will also say a kind of brief prayer to Bahamut as well.
May the light of Bahamut be upon you, my children.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and you head out of the temple. And then, because we're 15 minutes over time, I'm going to make this very quick. Thalagath, you get to the Fiery Grog Tavern, and Guglug, the half-orc bouncer, looks at you and is like, "Oh, Thav, hey, you remember that old guy you met here last time? He's back, and he says he's got another job for you guys." And that is where we will cut off the session, because we're 17 minutes over time.
And I have some rats.
man.
I have rats to take care of.
All
I need
right.
I need to take care of my children.
Take care of those special boys.
Take care of the boys. All right. We will see you all next week as we discover what next job does Old Ren have. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.